Hello everyone and welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we have some interesting news. We do have a brand new leak which has given us a bit of insight into what the next box is going to be. Obviously we already had some insight based on the skill leaks, but now we have an extra card in, and that being Steel Mech Lord Mirror Innovator, which is pretty hype. I think people didn't expect to see this card quite this early. I think we expected to see it alongside Worms or just after Worms. But getting it now is pretty cool. On top of the fact, obviously we have a new Rush season, so we'll be grinding some Cog. And later on, we are going to have another Angel Cup, which is another Rush Duel tournament. So we will be participating in that. But let's see who we got in the chat. We have Koba, one of the raiders from QuickQuicks. Welcome on in. Obviously QuickQuicks himself. We got Bedroom Suite. We have Icy Gamers. Hello, Icy. Welcome on in. Just give our obligatory shout out to Icy. Icy is fantastic content creator for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, primarily focusing on speed, but does dabble in some Rush. And Just Martin, hello everyone. Hope everyone is having a good time. I guess we'll just fire straight on in, right? I think the first thing to really talk about is going to be the news. And the news is quite simply that we have leaks. I mean, who doesn't love leaks, right? So you can see here, oops, it seems that Konami have accidentally revealed an upcoming Rush Duel box thanks to an error on the Google Play Store listing the latest Speed Duel box. The following cards will be included in this box. Now, a lot of this is kind of fine. Also, we did get a follow from Froggy. Thank you, Froggy. Welcome on in. Thanks for the follow, really do appreciate it. But, what are we going to do? What are we going to be grinding with? That is a question. That is indeed a question. We're probably going to be grinding some Noodles just because, one, I really like Noodles. I think Noodles is the most fun deck right now. I don't think Noodles is the best deck right now, but I do think it is the most explosive, the most enjoyable deck. I think if you were to ask me what I thought the best deck was, I'd probably say Rebels. I really don't like Overlord. Now, I have to admit, Overlord is really good. It's a really strong deck, but I hate it. I hate sacking my opponent out of a win. I think if I want to play Spellcasters, I'd just play 7 Zaxxer Road. I think it's just a more fun version of the deck. And then, I don't know, like Harpies or Dawn Dino are like pretty consistent. But I think Noodles is the most fun. It's good to see a Rush Duel content creator. Thank you. I mean, yeah, we do try over here. We do dabble in speed as well. And we do play some speed. We do enjoy playing speed. But yeah, we do primarily focus on Rush. That is what we do here. And Icy with the LoL Classic Konami. Yeah, basically, Konami like to fumble things. But I'm starting to wonder if it's a bit like the Marvel movies, where they're like accidentally leaking things. Or like, that's exactly the wrong thing. Intentionally leaking things and like making it look like it was an accident. But who knows? But the only brand new card out of these is the Steel Mech Lord Mirror Innovator himself, which is a pretty good boss monster. This card sees tons of play even to this day in any kind of machine strategy. The only real downside of this card is that it does have 2400 attack instead of 2500 attack, but 24 is still good. So we can choose up to 3 monsters in our graveyard with the same type as this card, so there is some shenanigans you can do to change this card's type and use it in other decks, but it's jumping through a lot of hoops for not much gains. There's no really need to, just play this in the machine deck. This card gains attack equals total levels of those monsters times 100 until the end of this turn. Now already, this effect is really good, because we can recycle important cards that we want to reuse their effects later, which is already in itself quite good. We could shuffle like a couple of level 4s back in that just have really good effects, for example. We can put our boss monsters back in our deck and reuse those for later, which is also really good. And we also gain attack equal to those levels. So even if we put back like just a couple of level 4s, this guy's still going to go over 3000 attack. If we do high roll and hit like 3 level 7s, which is not too difficult for this deck to do, we'll gain 2100 attack and go up to 4500, which means this card on its own clears a maximum, which is pretty crazy, right? But it doesn't even stop there, because then if we shuffled exactly one monster with this effect, now, notably the maximum that's going to be is going to be a maximum monster, which will be a level 10, but most likely this is going to be a 7. We gain that attack still, so go up to 31, and then we gain piercing, and piercing is so important in Rush Duels. Being able to have a consistent way to get your opponent's life points is really strong. And there are a lot of cards in Rush that need themselves to be the only card on the field, or for you to have no monsters on your field. See things like Pack Rat, or what's he called now? He's got, I've already forgotten what his new name is. It doesn't matter. Everyone's favorite little hamster. There's also Karibot. No monsters on the field would be things like Go Cyclone. There are a lot of cards that want you to have very few cards. or direct attacks stopping even from things like the guard. Being able to just pierce through and not actually have to clear your opponent's entire board can also be very, very powerful. So it's a very, very strong boss monster. The only negative I really have to say about this card is we didn't get a skill leak. So we got a bunch of skills already leaked, and that includes skills for Metagearus and for Canry D, but we haven't had a machine skill leak, which leads me to believe, at least when this card initially comes out, we might not get a skill. And that's not too bad, because this card is fine without a skill, right? It's just a good, strong boss monster. But, obviously, it's going to be weird getting it without a skill. Every kind of main boss we've gotten has come with a skill, so it's a bit weird. It is a bit weird. Steel Strike Dragon Metagearus, we already spoke about this a little bit, but it's a very good boss monster. It will get a fusion later, which is also very, very good. It works very interestingly, where it doesn't actually have to kill a monster to get the second attack, which is also pretty good. The only issue with this card is the cost. Now, the skill does alleviate this a little bit, but assuming this card's going to come out at limit 3, it's going to be very awkward to find cards that you can put with this card. I think that's going to be what, like, deters it. Is what else on the limit 3 list can you not play with this card? And then Canry D is not a great monster in a vacuum. Obviously, it's got kind of a floodgatey effect for yourself. It will let you reuse one card, but that's kind of it. So Canry D is going to come down to the skill, and the new skill we got I don't think was too impressive, and what other cards come out alongside it. So we'll have to see what actually happens with that, but that's it for the newer stuff. Then we get into, like, the realm of looking at what else comes out around this time, at least physically. So Mirror Innovator did actually come out in, I believe, Deck Modification Pack, Destined Power Destruction. So if we scroll all the way down here, we can see Mirror Innovator is here in his glory. So it's not like he's coming out super early. There are a lot of other cards in this set which we're expecting to come out rather soon. Now, notably, this is the Asana set, which means this is the set that introduced us to the worm monsters, including our Constructor Worm Build Dragon, which is kind of our main worm, and our primary field spell. Primary field spell for the deck, Pleaks of Blistopia, which is very, very strong, increases the attack of all worm monsters by 400 and decreases their defense by 400. So this is like the worm set, which again is the next kind of big box we expect to see. I think people already, when the deck build box came out, were already like, well, that, you know, the next thing we were going to get was going to be the worms. I mean, it wasn't the worms. People were like, okay, well, now the next thing we get is going to be the worms. But it does come out with a couple of other machines, like Shield Boring Kong, which is quite a good card. This lets you pop a defense mode monster and gain attack, which is not bad. And Jolling Mandrill, which is like a weird OTK monster, but he's only got 1700 attack for a level 7, which is a little bit yikes. This also is where the Ant cards come out, but I wouldn't expect the Ant cards to be in a box, as weird as that sounds. And the reason I say that is because the Maximum Ultra Enhancement Pack is basically a pack we've kind of already got cards from. Right? We've already got the Thunder Beetles, as well as this is the set where the Yggdrago and the, if we can find it, Magnum Overlord came out. And Konami decided to basically skip everything else in this box. So we haven't got our chairs, we haven't got our cats, we haven't got our water warriors, we haven't got our outer space cards. And it's a bit of an awkward situation because those cards aren't very strong. So now we have to work out where they're going to come out. And in the same vein, the Ant cards aren't very strong, so I wouldn't be surprised if they skipped over them. And the same for some of these normal beast monsters, because the beast cards also are not very good, so I would not be surprised to not see them come out. But something like the Wind Warriors, I would expect to be in a mini box at the very least. So it'll be interesting to see what Konami decide to do with releasing some of these lower powered archetypes. Because I think the higher powered archetypes make sense, right? They're all going to be in boxes. We understand where they're all going to come from. But the other ones are a little bit more up for debate. And notably as well, this is also the set that Jinzo came out in. Jinzo would be a very interesting card to come out because it would help alleviate some of the problems in the format right now. And that being that Overlord has too many defensive options and Jinzo can't be used in Overlord, at least not very well. So I don't think you can use it, period, right? Because it's 2100 or less. So it would help there, I guess. And Widespread Ruin does just entirely decide games, and Jinzo basically gets to say, no, you can't do that. But it is a floodgate, and floodgates generally are bad, quote unquote. So there is that. I feel like Jinzo is actually bad right now. So, alright. we started out Rush in Duel Links with basically no back row, and everyone hated it because people would just play like 30-card monster piles, right? Then we got some back row, and people were like, okay, this is good. We have defensive options. We can now have interaction. That's good. And then Hell Tuning Invasion came out, and we lost it again because all the back row didn't do anything. And along with Hell Tuning Invasion came a bunch of debuffers and buffing skills, which put you over the thresholds to make battle traps useful. So now we're in a weird part of the game where some traps are still seeing play, but not very many because most of them don't do anything most of the time. So what we have now is we're seeing Widespread Ruin and Slime seeing tons of play, and then some decks that can are splashing in Majesty, and they're kind of the 3 traps in the format right now. Now, there are like a couple of others, like for example, Harpies play like Counter Pigeons, but for the most part, that's kind of it for traps, which does make Jinzo's effectiveness feel kind of dampened, right? Just because, you know, if you are unable, if there aren't good traps to stop, does it matter if you can stop traps, right? That's kind of the point. As well as the fact it takes up your legend slot, so if you have a better legend monster you'd rather run, Jinzo would get in the way of that. But one thing I will say is I think it could pair quite nice with Mirror Innovator, and that is just because Mirror Innovator can recycle Jinzo, which is pretty good. It's also a level 6, which means you can use it to strengthen Mirror Innovator, as well as the fact that because Ace Breaker is on the Limit 3 list, and I'm fully expecting Mirror Innovator to be on the Limit 3 list, we're going to be very restricted in what machine boss monsters we can actually play. Now, we might get Shield Boring Kong, but I would expect Shield Boring Kong, since it's used by a character that is associated with Asana, Shield Boring Kong I would expect to come out in the Asana box. As well as the fact Shield Boring Kong and Mirror Innovator kind of, if you squint at it, do a similar thing. Shield Boring Kong is your get rid of defense mode monsters card, because, I mean, we'll just take a look at the card quick. During your main phase that you have not, that you normal or special summon this card, destroy one face down defense position monster in your opponent's field. If you do, this card gains 1,000 attack. So it's a way to get rid of one of your opponent's monsters and then get your opponent's life points, which basically is what Mirror Innovator does as well, where it can get that piercing effect, right? I meant because traps are both kind of bad right now, not too many good ones, so it's kind of irrelevant, but also because if we were to get to a place where traps were good again in general, having Jinzo just shut them down would be unfun. So yes, that is very true. We have had Jinzo legal pretty much since this set came out, right? And Jinzo has seen on and off play. Most of the time when Jinzo has seen play physically has been in machine-centric decks specifically to make use of the fact that he's a machine, or in OTK-style decks. But for the most part, in Rush, trap cards aren't actually that prevalent. In a lot of combo-centric decks, like a lot of fusion-focused decks, people generally played like one trap, and that's kind of it, until we got a card called Nobody Scat Thief that people did start playing a little bit more, but that's because it was a consistency as well as a protection card. When it comes to your more kind of standard deck that isn't like a combo-centric, and bearing in mind, we're using the term combo very loosely, right? We're using like, you know, you're activating 6 monster effects in a turn, and you're ending on a board that looks semi-competent, right? We're not talking about like a speed combo by any stretch. But in those sorts of decks, Jinzo is completely useless against them. And I think that's where Jinzo's always going to be. He's going to be in a weird spot where in a best of one format, you're never going to know if your opponent is going to have any traps in their deck other than a legend trap. And I think that's going to be true going forward. Like, no matter what format we're in Rush, you never know. Your opponent might just have a legend trap and that's it. And then it's like, well, would you bother playing Jinzo just to stop a legend trap? Now, depending on what that trap is, maybe. If your opponent's playing Mirror Force, when that card comes out eventually, yeah, Jinzo would be fantastic there. If we ever get Dark Revelation, you know, if your opponent's playing effectively 3 or 4 Mirror Forces, yeah, I'd play Jinzo. The heck yeah, I would. Would he see play right now? Probably not. Again, I'd maybe play it with Mirror Innovator just to have another machine monster to shuffle back. And because you would be able to use him for your machine type effects. So things like if we get Crafter Drone, or if we get... we do already have the machine back row hate. I already forget what it's called, because I keep remembering the original translation names. But I think Jinzo would be cool to come out. A lot of the other cards in it, obviously Semi-Ruler debuted in here as well. We do have the Wind Warriors, which are an interesting archetype. They were okay when they came out, if I recall. I don't remember them making like any kind of big splash, but they were like fine. One of them gains attack, one of them stops your opponent from activating trap cards in the battle phase. So I think it's this one, stops trap cards. Yeah, this turn, while this card is face up on your field, your opponent can activate trap cards when your wind attribute warrior monsters declare an attack, but its stats are garbage, so it's a bit awkward. But these do get fusions later, so there is that. Jinzo and SOD Dinos. I mean, yeah, definitely is something that could work. Hey, Shogun, one day we'll get field spells in Duel Links. Just you wait and see. But I think we have 3 field spells now, don't we? I don't think pretty much any of them see play. Yeah, there's also a couple of other little things in here. There's the angel, the fairies, which are like sushi fairies, finally get their debut here. We also get some more pyro stuff, but this is like a different form of pyro. These aren't noodle ninjas, but they kind of work with the noodle ninjas because these cards aren't like specific. They're still fire pyro monsters. They still just send pyro monsters. But, you know, again, effects can vary. Basically didn't really see much play back in the day. But, notably, the next set after that is Deck Mod Pack Dynamic Eternal Live. And this is another interesting one, because we do get some more interesting cards. Obviously, some of these cards are already out. We already have the Phaser. We already have Command. But this is also the set where we get some Thunder cards as well. This is also the set where we get some of the Winged Beast support. And this is also a character that's associated with Asana. So I would expect that to come out in the Asana box or the box after. Ants, we're not getting... I really still do not know how we're getting Ants. I don't think it'll be in a box, but I'm really not sure what's going to happen. Wow, that effect is ass. Wait. They said this is bad. Effect needs only 2400 monsters to balance it. Lamau, Bubble, Arrow support. Let's go. Where was the Bubble Arrow support? Oh, up here. Our Pretty Witch Imprisonment. I mean, so... this is the time when we get Dark Aqua monsters. So this card, as well as a bit of a weird one. Aquas start getting weird anti-type cards around this time. So I think everyone's already seen the one that reduces a... what is it, like a spellcaster's attack by 1,000,000 or something. But this one's, like, a bit... When you're putting normal summons with monster wave face at level 8 or higher act monster on the field, shuffle up to 5 monsters from your opponent's grave into the deck, which is pretty good against spellcasters, as again, with Dark Revelation being in, and obviously stops Seven's Road. Then if your opponent has a face at spellcaster monster on the field, you can shuffle up to 5 monsters from your opponent's grave into the deck. So basically you just hurt their graveyard entirely. It's very funny. Or Orphanaut Bubble Burst as well. Yeah, there it is. Which is, again, the funny one. Loses 1,000,000 attack. But, you know, it's still... The main issue that this card has is the fact that it only works when your opponent attacks your level 8 or higher type monster. If we could use it on everything and make it lose 800, this could be pretty good, because that means Kanan could get protected from anything that has, like, 2,000 attack, which is pretty good. But, unfortunately, it doesn't quite work like that, but it's still funny that it's really, like, anti-spellcasters. We also got some... Summon Skull support, which is pretty good. And then this is one of our big Floodgate cards that did see a ton of play. So while this card is face up in the field zone, neither player contributes summon level 5 or 6 monsters. Now this, notably, is very good against 1,000,000. Yeah, 1,000,000 attack, just to be funny. It doesn't really accomplish much, right? You basically just say that your settings attack to 0, but... Prison Island and Go Rock has seen a ton of play against Harpies, and it has seen a ton of play against XQT. Now, it doesn't hard shut those decks down, because they still can make plays, but it is a very good card against those style of decks, and this card has seen side deck play, like, forever. Now, in a best of 1 format, I don't know if you'd play this, but if it came out right now, there are a lot of, like, level 6 decks, so maybe this card would see play if it came out right now as, like, a one-of, but again, in this type of effect, it's either going to shut your opponent's deck down or do absolutely nothing, so it's a bit whatever. That card counters Harpies so hard. Yeah, in the physical game, it does stop them, it slows them down, but they can always just rely on the rest of the monsters in the deck. They can cheat them out, as well as they can just maximum summon. And obviously it's a lot easier to maximum summon when you have 3 copies of each of your Harpies, so... But yeah, there's the plant cards in here. There is some more of the dark cards, the dark aqua cards, which is pretty good. Then... another Winged Beast boss monster that we'd like to see. There's Hydration, or Moisturize is the 2 different names for it. So there are some other cards. And then in here we have also Royal Rebels Doom Metal. So you can see that Doom Metal was brought forward at least a little bit. And then we also see the unreleased Ice Arc, which is a card that we expect to be released based on the skill leaks that we had, as well as Canry D, who we know we're getting because it was in our leaks. So this just kind of goes to show that they are pulling from this deck, this set in the future to get a lot of the newer cards that are going to be coming out. We also fully expect Candide to be coming out, and obviously Music Princess Solo Performance. Now, Hyper Engine Vast Vulcan is a new maximum that we don't expect to do anything, but Siesta Torero was actually a staple for a long time. Tons of decks would just splash this card just because they could fit it in, and its effect is just generically good, which is just shuffle 3 monsters from your graveyard into the deck. So again, recycling helps prevent deck out, reuse some effects. Change 1 attack position, level 8 or lower monster in your opponent's field to face down defensive position. Then you can set Siesta Hold. Now, no one plays Siesta Hold because Siesta Hold just sucks. But being able to change a monster to defense mode is pretty good, right? So that's why you'd play it, right? It's just recycle cards, change something to defense, attack over it, good to go. Very, very strong card. And I wouldn't be surprised if this card didn't come out for a while in Duel Links, just because I feel like Konami are really trying to limit the amount of cards that just go into any deck, right? Any of these kind of staple cards. So because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Siesta Torero for a very long time, and if we do, it'll be like limited to like 1 copy as part of a campaign or something. That's what I would expect anyway. But yeah, this is kind of just a look into the future. And again, all of the new cards that we've just had leaked, except for I think Meta Gears, are all basically from here. Except obviously the Blue Eye stuff. That's from way, way, way in the future. Siesta Torero, as a Spanish person, I don't know how to feel about that. I am so out of that loop that I could not tell you if this is meant to be offensive or is offensive or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you what the card does. You know, as far as I'm concerned, the name and the art are irrelevant. This is the part I'm looking at. And then the set after that is the Maximum Ultra Evolution Pack, which I just want to talk about this set just a little tiny bit, and that is because this is where the dinosaurs are. I want the dinosaurs, Konami. Bring out the dinosaurs early. Look, the Dinosaur Max. We got our dinosaur support monsters. We got our dinosaur field spell. Bring out the dinosaurs. And, you know, one new card was just brought out from this set. Oh, it wasn't even Bruston that was brought out, was it? It was the other one. It was the level 6. Okay, but, you know, that could come out eventually. But yeah, I want dinosaurs, and I just want to show off the dinosaurs. We want our trap as well. We want Ascending Evolution. Konami, don't mess this up. When you bring out dinosaurs, and we get dinosaur support, Ascending Evolution, Konami. We need Ascending Evolution. It's very important. This trap is extremely important to the dinosaur deck. When your opponent's normal summons a level 7 or higher monster, this turn, 1 face-up level 7 or higher dinosaur monster in the field gains 1500 attack and cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. I like this card. I want this card. This lets me protect my board. Very good. Anyway, I think that's probably enough of chatting about the Rush stuff. I think maybe we hop into some games. We haven't played any games of the season yet. You can see that we have just nothing yet. So, pretty excited to play this. Nah, it's not on offense, just funny. Not on offensive, just funny. I see. Alright, well, let's jump in. We're going to play some Noodles, because we are playing the Angel Cup in about half an hour, and we will be playing Noodles in that, so we're going to basically get some warm-up. As well as we keep testing with this deck, we keep like trying out different things. I don't know if I found a build that I really like. I feel like no matter how you build the deck, it always loses to something. It's like you put in enough tech to deal with one deck, and then you hard lose to another deck. Very awkward. But let's see what our opponent has for us. Playing an Archive skill. We could just set 3. Or just set 4 pass. Alternatively, we go... We can have 3 monsters on board. I mean, how aggressive do we need to get here? I don't think we need to get aggressive. I think we're just going to play defensively here. With the amount of back row he's got, the chances that we actually get a direct attack in are quite low. And if we're not getting a direct attack in, we don't really want to be attacking. You know, if we're not getting damage in, I should say, we don't want to be attacking. Now, the only downside to this play is we are leaving a level 8 in hand, which means if we do draw another high-level monster, we can't really do anything with it. Okay, well, if he doesn't have Shout, our life points are going to be safe. Don't see too many people on Thunder lately, but Thunder does have quite a good matchup into our deck. Why are we playing Pierce in Thunder? Well, it's going to get rewarded for playing Pierce, but Okay, thankfully, he attacked the wrong one. Which deck do you consider the strongest one right now? I think it has to be Royal Rebels. I think the Death Doom Requiem Rebels has been putting out the best results. I think it's just, in general, the strongest deck right now. I mean, we don't have to get a card back. I could bring those back, but then I wouldn't have an extra body, so I think we're going to use Carrier either way. Carrier effect will bring this back. Then we're just going to get this back in the graveyard. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, Summon. We'll summon out the Flavor Inspector. We'll go ahead and send Flavor Inspector to the grave to burn. That's a very funny draw, but it doesn't actually accomplish anything. I don't really want to get, like, overly aggressive here either. I don't think using the back row is worth it here. So we'll grab back Fayaru. I think we're just going to go defensive here. We don't, like I said, we don't have to get aggressive. There's no reason to right now. We'll swing into this. If we can clear this monster, it's really good for us. Okay, Widespread Ruin's fine. We've gotten rid of it. That's very, very good, because that wasn't our big push. So just losing him there is fine. Now, the downside is that we're probably going to take a lot of damage here. Losing the Reincarnation isn't the end of the world. We shouldn't, unless he has like another Pierce, we shouldn't lose more than 28 here. Oh yeah, of course, he's got the 400 boost. Okay, there's another one. Okay, that's fine. This looks bad. Oh, that is, like, we have just been sacked, unfortunately. He had both legends. So we have just lost the game. That is a shame. I think we were actually in a pretty good position, to be honest. We'd gotten rid of his... So we could put ourselves in a position there where he couldn't get to our life points without drawing exactly another copy of Pierce, which he shouldn't even be on one Pierce in that deck, let alone two. But he would have needed to draw exactly Tribute to the Doomed to actually get at our life points after that point. So we were actually in a very, very strong position to just win that game. But he drew both of his legends in the top 12 cards of his deck and had a Pierce. So, like, we can't outplay everything. And unfortunately, that was just part of the stuff we couldn't outplay. Hi, Tomato. Hello, Bork. Welcome on in. Yeah, that came down to, we played immaculately, but he got lucky. That's all that one came down to. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. That's just how it goes. I am still flip-flopping of whether I want to be playing Reincarnation in this deck, or whether I want to be playing the Tribute to the Doomed ourselves. I played both. I think both are good. It depends. If you're playing against, like, the Royal Rebels, I think Reincarnation is so much better. If you're playing against anything more aggressive, I think the other deck's just better. Are we just getting a free win here? Is that what's going on? Well, I mean, I guess we just go for it. So we'll set. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Normal summon. Activate the effects. Might as well normal that. Activate the effect. Let's go to battle. Not the most exciting game, but we'll take it. Alright, well, so far we had one game where our opponent had everything, which was a little bit disappointing, and then one game where our opponent just was, I assume, getting their, like, ranked games of the day or whatever. Let's see if we can get a real game, because I would like to get some actual practice. Unfortunately, if we do just get sacked in the tournament, we do just get sacked in the tournament. There's nothing we can really do about that. Okay, so this could be aggro, or this could be Cyverse. Let's see what he's got. Did you try semi-ruler deck? I used it, and it's not good at all. Yeah, we tried it. We gave it a fair go, but it was really, really bad. I cannot see Semi-Ruler being remotely good without like a really broken skill. But I think that's a lot of Rush Boss monsters. A lot of Rush Boss monsters are kind of crap, but like give them a good enough skill and they maybe will be okay, right? Okay. So this is Maximum Ragnarok. We're just also playing Shining City Knights. Did you try? Yeah, that one. But yeah, that's kind of how we're looking at this right now. Okay, so this is... I mean, do I just do this? I think I do. Like, there's a chance I can just kill on the crackback. All we need is, like, another boss monster. There's another boss monster. I don't think we keep Kanan around. So Tribute 1, Tribute 2, Summon. We'll set Tribute over for this. Flip this up. Activate. I haven't done the maths, but I'm pretty sure we already have lethal. And there we go. Yeah, if your opponent spins the whole hand down to one boss and runs into a widespread, I guess that's just it. Right, we still have half hour till we have to start. I have to keep an eye on the time. Because we did, the very first time we entered the Angel Cup, we missed the very start of it. We were late to our game. Alright, let's see what our next opponent has for us. Let's see if it's going to be something spicy. That's the thing, when you're down in silver, or even gold to some extent, you never really know what you're going to go against. Okay, so this once again could be aggro, could be Cyburst. That's not a good hand. Let's see what our current opponent has for us. Are they going to have anything scary turn 1? We're still in the draw phase, so they might have a bit of a dodgy connection. But we're not skipping through the dialogue. Okay, Maximum Ragnarok turn 1. So that'll leave us with 1 card in hand at the moment. And it's kind of a scary card. And a defenseman monster. Okay, okay. Now, the question is... I think we have to attack over that. So we'll set. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Activate the skill. Boost this up. Grab a card to our hand. We'll grab back stock. We will... I think we will fire this off here. Alright, now if this is widespread, it's going to kind of suck, but if it's not, which it isn't, we are kind of a-okay. Now this is going to die. We don't have any, like, delusions that Spice is going to stick around. Okay, so I'm going to assume he's going to use a skill, weaken both of our monsters. They wouldn't really have to if he has... Okay, so he doesn't have another high level in hand, or he doesn't have another low level attribute. It's one of those two things. Tributes for your Drago middle piece. So he did have other low levels, which means he doesn't have any other level high levels in hand. He knows exactly what our defensive monster is as well. So we're going to take an extra 15, which is fine. As long as we don't brick on these draws, we're going to be kind of big chillin'. Okay, so we should be okay here then. The question is, how aggressive do we want to make this push? I'm tempted to do quite a big push here. How many normals are we actually going to end up with engrave? Alright, I think we're going to set. We're going to go ahead and tribute both. Then we're going to get out Inspector, and we're going to get out Soldier. We're going to go ahead and activate Spice. We're going to go ahead and use Noodle Art Reboot. We're going to boost this up. We're not going to put a card into our hand. And then it comes down to, are we going to bother using this? We currently have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this represents 1,200 additional damage. As is, that's not going to be enough to actually win the game. It's enough to put the screws on. I think we just go to battle here. I think I'd rather save this for when I need to use it to clear. The rest of this doesn't really matter, so I guess I'll swing with this. I'm gonna swing it here. And we'll just pass. Alright, let's see what he's got. That's Crash Bandicoot music. Yes, it is. Always love our Crash Bandicoot music. Ooh. So he can reduce 1 by 800 and attack over it. I think that's it. But he has to clear Spice. He can't leave Spice up. The only issue with that is because we've already gone through 2 Spice, we kind of need to draw Monster Reincarnation off the top. We're able to clear this now, which is awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we basically need Reincarnation now. So now you use the skill. Reduce the attack of Flavor Inspector. Attack over that. This is gonna... We might lose to him just top decking max, which does kind of suck, but there's not a lot we can do about it. Hey, Dwan. Oh, yeah, okay, we just got sacked. There's nothing we can do about that. He had the TSA face down, and he just hard drew the max. Like, we can't outplay that, unfortunately. He just got lucky. We have cards to stop that, but we didn't draw them. So it didn't matter, unfortunately. It does kind of suck, though, because Cyburst is quite a weak deck, overall. Like, it's... We keep calling it in our tier list, but it is the worst best deck. Like, the deck can high roll and do okay, but for the most part is kind of weak. Are you running TSA? Yeah, we're playing 1 copy of TSA. Just the 1, though. How greedy do we want to get here? I think we'll get greedy. Let's get greedy. As long as we don't draw into a high level, we're kind of chilling. Boost this up. Grab a card back. We'll take this. We're going to summon it out. I'm going to go ahead and burn. And then everything was K. Set and set. Then we'll just pass. Yeah, so I do like having the 1 copy of TSA. I think it's obviously a really strong card to out a lot of things. And I don't think Roastery does exactly the same thing TSA does, as well as being able to recycle things can be quite good. Okay, well, there goes TSA. What is our opponent playing? He's got an Archive skill. Is this going to be like Dragon Harpies? Well, that's a funny draw. Right, let's summon Flavor Inspector. We'll go ahead and activate Extra Spice. Send it to the grave. That's a funny draw. We do not have that live, so I could summon Tribute. Then we can activate the skill. We have to boost the new one. You have to remember that because we did that mistakenly before. Grab this back. We'll activate Extra Spice again. Then we don't have to clear the whole board. I kind of like having a defensive option, but at the same time, I think we are just going to summon the Archfiend Soldier here. Alright, let's see if he has the widespread. Looks like he does. Which is fine. Get another 900 in there. And we'll clear another one of his monsters. And we'll just pass. What skill are you playing in Dragon Century? Again, this could just be Dragon Harpies. Like, that is a thing people play. With Hammer Crush and Dragon's Inferno. What pile deck is this? This is very strange. I mean, I suppose we're in silver. Nothing should really surprise us. Right, we've got 3 cards in hand. We've got 1 body on board. We know he's not playing any of the dragon-centric skills. We know he's not playing... Well, I suppose it wouldn't even be Hammer Crush Dilemma because that's not an Archive skill. I'm very confused. Okay, I guess we'll take it. Well, fingers crossed when we actually get into gold, we'll have better games than these. These have been a bit... It's literally been get sacked or free win. That's the only 2 games that we had so far. Another nail. Nail is apparently extremely popular in silver. On an actual nail skill this time, but it still could be Hammer Crush deal. Could just be aggro. This is not a good opening. This is a lot of our late game cards. Alright, let's see what he's got. The issue is if we draw any more of our spell traps, we are going to be all kinds of bricked up. Okay, that's actually kind of good for us. Yeah, that's right. Pop our back row. Maximum Ragnarok, so we're going to get rid of 1 card from our hand and then summon out the other. So that could be a boss monster you put back, or it could be a maximum piece. Okay, Hydron's kind of fine. Yeah, I'm not using that. Pay that right now. There is every boss monster in our deck. I mean, not all of them, but still. Okay, so we have to set this. We have to summon this. We have to use this. We have to boost this. We have to take a card back. We have to take back Flavor Inspector. We have to summon Flavor Inspector. And we don't want to end with 2 high levels in our hand, so we have to summon out Serb. Then we're going to activate Spice Effect. Only 2 engraved sucks. If we had 3, I would commit to using Roastery. But since we only have 2, I'm not going to commit to a crash. So we're going to swing. He's probably going to have... Oh, he didn't have. Okay. Not having a widespread there is really big for us. We're getting for 23, and then we'll just pass. Okay, this is the position we want to be in. We got tons of back row. We got big monsters on the field. Our opponents are way less life than us. We are in such a strong position. The worst thing he could probably do is just drop the max, but even if he does, we have Spice and we have Roastery, so like we have options to at least stem it a little bit. Okay, so milled a card and shuffled the deck. So maximum Ragnarok. Are we weakening 2 of his, or are we going to weaken 1 of mine? 1 of each. Okay, so tribute this for a boss. Probably another Hydron. Oh, okay. The question now is, do we just fire off the widespread? I think we do, because there's a good chance we could just kill next turn. I could have protected this as well, which I probably should have, to be honest. I just was clicking through too quickly. But I think we're kind of fine. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon out. I guess we'll summon them as high defense, because that might come up. Activate Spice. We'll fire off Roastery. We'll activate Reboot. We'll put it on here. We'll go to battle, and we will just swing with this. I think this almost guarantees lethal. That is fine. It was barrier as well. People still on barrier. Alright, we have 15 minutes until the tournament. I've actually checked to see if it had any more people. Usually people sign up at the last minute. Hey, there's gold. We take those. What we do need to do as well, 25 people. Okay, yeah, there were 6 people this morning, so now there's 25 people. Respectable number. I suppose I should probably post it in the Discord. I should probably also post that I'm streaming. I keep forgetting to do all of that thing. All of that stuff. Shut that. And then... then we'll do that. There we go. A little bit late, but that's fine. I know how to be a competent streamer. Ooh, that is like so close to being really good, but it is not. I can't leave that on the board. If his back row is widespread, we are completely boned already, because his hand is Garbo. But yeah, we cannot leave Torna on the field. That is just something we cannot do. Okay. So we might still get cooked. We have a 0 defense monster. It's not looking great for us. Hey, Mechlord. Welcome, welcome on in. You've caught us playing a little bit of COG, kind of warming up for the tournament that's coming up. Okay, this is going to be, what, SRM? Yeah, SRM's fine. Obviously, we'd rather not lose our monster, but we can't have everything we want. There goes TSA. That's not the end of the world. Okay, so it's just SAR. We're going to take some damage here, which is obviously not what we want. Both these decks are very similar, in that we both just try to throw as much damage at each other as we can. So winning the damage trade early is very, very good. So things aren't looking great. Especially if we keep drawing like that. Yeah, we still have plays. We have plays. The question is, how are we doing this? We could discard that, get that, bring that back. Tribute both for that, get that back, bring that out. I think that's our best option. So I think we have to maintain widespread, right? I don't think we can not. Right, so we're going to Reincarnation. We're going to discard Flavor Inspector. We're going to take back Seahorse Carrier. We're going to summon Carrier. Activate Carrier effect. Bring back Canaan. We set Canaan. We then tribute both to summon out Spice. We'll go ahead and activate our skill. Boost up Spice. Use the effect to bring back Flavor Inspector. I think we have to commit to the Serb here. There was a world in which we discarded Serb, but I didn't feel confident doing that. And doing this, we kind of have a way to like alleviate some of our other problems. Now, does he have it? Probably does. Yeah, of course he has it. Nothing we can really do about that, so we just clear this and pass. We do have a little bit of protection, but we could just get clapped here. If he just has any 1600, we might just lose to that. Hope to see some dinos in this tourney, to be honest. Trying to understand the deck / optimize it. Yeah, I think the dino deck's pretty good. I think Japan hasn't really... Like, oh, that's going to be game, isn't it? Is that game? At the moment, that's not lethal. No, it is lethal, isn't it? Because summons that, we blow that one up. This gets killed. Oh, that is now definitely lethal, no matter what we do. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, he summoned that. So we can pop that, and then that's 31. There's nothing we can do. That is unfortunate. So again, I mean, we could have discarded Serb, but then we wouldn't have been able to clear the SRM. That literally, again, came down to he drew his legends. That's what that came down to. He saw both of the legends pretty much at the same time, which just got us completely cooked. There's nothing we can do about that. Man, it's so tricky, because you can't really... There isn't really a good way to play around Tribute to the Doomed. You just... They have it or they don't. Like, you can't do anything about that. So I'm still happy with the way we played, but it's a shame that we did lose. It's another one of those things, though, where the only games we've actually lost today are to exactly Widespread Ruin into Tribute to the Doomed. Like, we're losing to exactly getting sacked. Oh, to be fair, we did also lose to ripping Maximum off the top into Talismanic Seal Array for exact... Well, not exact lethal. 100 over lethal. Alright, let's see what we get here. King's Majesty. Unfortunately, this is a brick. And despite us having some really powerful cards, we can't actually use them. Do we try and attack over this? He's got 2 back row. I think we are going to try and attack over it. Worst case scenario, we get a trap out of him. And I would happily just get a trap out of him. He's like, do I use a Widespread Ruin on that? He is going to use it. Okay, that is really, really big. If he pops our Widespread, then we get cooked for that. But if he doesn't pop our Widespread exactly, we're going to be such a good position. Right, just don't pop Widespread. Okay, that's good. Hey, well, welcome on in. You've caught us playing some noodles, getting ready for a tournament that starts in about 8 minutes. Summon. I'm assuming we're about to see the skill come down. Why are there so many Cyburst players? Are we still in silver? Or do we got the gold? I can't remember. I don't know why so many people have latched onto Cyburst. Like, it's not that great. I feel like either he's got a Tribute Monster and he should use the skill, or he hasn't. I'm not really sure what we're contemplating here. Okay. So he's got another 15 in hand, and that's why I want to do it this way around? Because that's also fine. Straight to battle. What are we hoarding there? Alright, well, we'll use our Widespread and get rid of that. Take the 15. It's only fair. We each got our Widespread on turn 1. Obviously, he went first, so he has a tempo advantage. That's an awkward hand. I would rather not have the second Tribute Monster, to be honest, but we'll do what we can with this. It's too greedy, I think, to use the burn effect, so I am going to do this. We're going to Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. We're going to activate Reboot. Target Spice. Add a card back to our hand. I would very much like my Fyaru. I think we summon the Fyaru here. Once again, it's a little bit greedy to put it in attack mode, but I want to. Right, we have no idea what his back row is. If it's Recital, this is bad, but if it was Guard, then that's fine. We'll just swing over with this. It's another reason I really like Spice. Well, I suppose it wouldn't have mattered anyway. We would have got plus 800, so we would have been at 800 to his 100 either way. Or we get plus 600 even, not plus 800. That'd be way better. Tribute to the Doom. Man, we've seen a ton of this card today, haven't we? Discards a card. So only 3 cards in hand to work with. Obviously gets rid of that. So many people are on Tribute to the Doomed. The question is, can he make any kind of meaningful board with 3 cards? Okay, so we're going to make 1 boss. If it's Hydron, it's pretty good. Although, you're not going to get the draw off it, so I'm not too worried about that. We will be able to clear it as long as we don't brick either way. Okay, it's just money. If we get like 3 normal summons, we just win the game. Okay, packs over that, 2100 damage, that's fine. We just need like, I think 3 normals guarantees, 2 normal is a chance. Okay, we basically win then. Alright, Seahorse. Activate Seahorse effect. Bring back Kanan. Summon Kanan. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate the skill. Boost up the boy. Add a card to hand. We'll grab back Fayaru. I don't think there's a point to like risk anything here. I think we just go double roastery. And that's 2100 over lethal. And that's just Noodles doing noodle things. How long we got? We got 3 minutes. We haven't really got time for another one. I guess what we can do is let's go take a look at the brackets themselves, or the actual tournament itself. Sure, we'll translate to English, why not? I want my life easier. Okay, 34 players currently signed up. That's pretty good. That's a lot more than last week. And this should be starting pretty soon. Should be starting at 1, which, you know, 1 my time. Let's see who's participating at the moment. Let's see if there's any familiar faces. Profare. See, this is all translated now, so I'm not going to necessarily remember most of these. E-Tomato. Respect, respect. There's now Giorfio's here, Zaga Zaga. Ohaku. Okay, so there's a couple of people we recognize here. Although not everyone that I expected to be here. Okay, okay. So the tournament should be live in about 2 minutes. Gozu is there too. That's good to know, because I kind of am like half used to seeing Gozu's name. But like, not when it's translated. Yes, there will definitely be some names we know again. We'll have to see if we get paired against any of them. I have the real, because like this is like my second browser where I'm not signed in, but when the actual games start, I will have it all on a different monitor, just so that, you know, the chat doesn't get leaked or whatever, but I can still show the brackets off here. Then we can see where everyone is. We're also going to have to struggle through trying to communicate to our opponent, because again, we don't speak Japanese, so we have to use a lot of translation. 1 minute till it should be starting. And fingers crossed we do okay. Fingers crossed we don't embarrass ourselves. So last time we had one of these, we came second. So if we can get a repeat performance, that'd be great. But we also did play against a lot of Royal Rebels, and I think this deck does have a particularly good matchup into Rebels. So, we'll have to see what happens. Alright, let's do a cheeky refresh. See if the brackets are up. It looks like the brackets are up. We can see our first opponent down here. Alright, so we'll do that. Then we'll go and get our room code, which you guys don't need to see. And we'll pop that in. And then we can get rid of this. Alright. Alright, what's our opponent saying to us? Thank you, Google Translate. Otherwise I would not be able to communicate. There we go. He's saying hello. Is that Profear? Raiding with 6 duelists. Welcome, welcome. On in. We are playing in the same tournament, I believe, that Twitch Profear is playing in. So we might run into each other at some point down the line. We're about to play our first game. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, welcome, welcome on in. We're playing some Noodles in today's tournament, because it's our favourite deck at the moment. And let's see what happens. Not the strongest open. We are against everyone's favourite rower, though. So he might be on the Rebels. Oh, there's Fayaru. We're just going to go on the defensive here. And then we'll pass. Let's see what he's got. Right, let's see what he's got now. Essel. Okay. So did just mill a widespread ruin, which is pretty good for us. Tributes 2 and summons out invasion. Okay, so we're going to lose our board. That's kind of fine. We don't mind that. And we know that our opponent doesn't have a trap card to stop us, so we can just kind of go aggressive here if we want to, which I think we are going to. So we'll summon out Carrier. We'll go ahead and activate Carrier. We'll grab back Canaan. Then we'll summon the Canaan. We'll tribute both. Summon out our Noodle. Then... yeah, we'll do this now. So we'll activate Noodle Art Reboot. Boost this up. Grab back our Fayaru. Summon Fayaru. Summon Fayaru. The question is, are we summoning this? I think we are, because our opponent has left their board a little bit open. And I would like to try and punish that a little bit, as well as it gets an extra normal into the graveyard. Then we can activate Spice's effect. We're nowhere near lethal. We're only giving a 300 boost, so there's no point in activating that. So we'll go to battle phase, and then we will try and swing in. So we know that he's not going to have anything important to stop this. Now, one small thing we have done here is we have very much played into Doom Metal. Doom Metal here would do 1700 damage, as well as getting in an extra 25. So we would take a metric ton of damage from that. So arguably, what we just did was like the wrong play. But it depends what he's got in his hand. If we wanted to play it very, very safe, we could have just literally attacked over one of his monsters, put 2 monsters in defense mode and been chilling. But we wanted to get a little bit aggressive. We'll see what happens here. The fact that he summoned this and hasn't immediately used this skill makes me feel like we're probably going to be fine. So what else has he got for us? Losing the reincarnation kind of sucks. Losing the roastery is not the end of the world. I would like to have the reincarnation though. It's a bit disappointing we've lost that. Uses his own reincarnation. So now the question is, what's he going to get back? Okay, so it does take back the buyer. That tells me he's probably got a heavy metal in hand. So he's going to heavy metal pop the fire root and then attack over the spice. That would be my prediction. But if he does that, I will still have a 2100 attack monster left on the board. Which means I can just clear this in return. So this is looking okay for us. We only lose 18 here. Or 16 even. Now what is this last card in hand? He actively discarded a normal summonable monster, so this must be a card he can use. Either that or he's getting very, very greedy, hoarding high-level monsters to try and get the skill off. Okay, there we go. It is Phaser. So he's going to use the Phaser, bring that back in defense mode. I don't know if I like that play. It baits me into having another monster in attack mode. Other than that, doesn't accomplish a lot. Okay, we have plays. What is our end board going to look like? We could burn for 1,000, putting down to 29. Clear both monsters and then get in for at least a 2900 attack. That should all be very doable. So, we'll summon out Carrier. We will go ahead and activate Carrier here. I'm going to take back a Canaan. We'll summon out the Canaan. Then, we're going to tribute this off anyway. We might as well do this now, right? So I can tribute 1, tribute 2, summon, activate extra spice, send this. That's very funny. So now I normal Gazelle, activate its effect. We'll put back 1 and 2. Boost that up. Then we summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon. Activate the effect. We'll activate this because we have it. Doesn't matter where we put it, does it? And then this has piercing, so that's just lethal. Alright, cool. Cool. Ooh. I don't think we need to save replays, but we'll save it anyway. Alright. So that's the first game done. Let's see if we can get the 2-0. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We just go a clean 2-0. Hello, Noodle Shogun Tomato. Hello there, Altarius. Welcome, welcome. Caught us playing a tournament. That's a lot of cards. How's the stream? Stream's been going quite good. We just started out just by having a little chat about the leaks, and now we're playing in a tournament. Oh, we did a little bit of ladder grind as well. Okay, 5 cards on the board's pretty good. I'm a little bit worried that we don't have a high level in hand for next turn. So we have to kind of rely on drawing one. Oh, doing well. We've literally just played our first game. So this is game number 2 of match number 1. Okay, we do get to maintain a monster though. That's pretty good. Those are cards. So now the question is, how aggressive do we want to get here? I could get very aggressive. But if he does have what he needs, I could get punished very heavily for doing so. So I'm actually tempted to not get aggressive. I'm going to set this. And go ahead and tribute both of these. We're going to summon out the Fyaru. We're going to activate extra spice. I'm going to send this and burn for 1,000. Draw a card. We can't get to a big number, can we? We only have the 1. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in graveyard. Which means we could boost up by 12 AoE. And then we'd have the 3,000, and we'd have the 22, and we'd have the 13. I haven't done this very well at all. Right, so we'd have 12 times 3 plus 30 plus 22 plus 13. And he has a grand total of 35 to get in my way. But that's 6,600 damage. Is that just straight lethal? I'm sure I've done this maths wrong somewhere, but we're going to go for it. So we'll summon. Summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate the skill. Target this. Take back Fyaru. Normal summon. Activate Spice. Activate Roastery. And that's just the game. Alright, yeah, nice. It's a good thing we did the maths. Alright. Nice. So, if we go take a look at the brackets, we'll throw a cheeky refresh in there. Odd, they never gave a 1500 attacker Pyro. It would be too strong. 13 is strong enough. Right, so we're waiting for this game to end now. I don't know who this is. I don't know who most of these people are. Jorfio's down here, so we won't see Jorfio for a while. I don't think we recognise any of these players. Oh, our opponent's been decided. Where's Profear? Profear's up here. So we wouldn't see Profear to the finals if we do make it that far. Alright. So let's go and greet our next opponent. I think I played against this person before I recognized their picture. He opened with just the word thank you. And I'm like, do you want me to make the room? That's fine, I can do that. Check room. Room ID. Alright, he's made a room. So, we'll go and join that. Having to run back and forth through Google Translate really does make this take a lot longer. Alright, your room. Enter room. Alright, so what he said to us, and then we'll sort out the stream. Okay, he's being just very polite. Right, so we'll get rid of that. Alright, match 2. Looks like more rebels. But the noodles need to be stronger. No, they're too powerful. Oh, this is not rebels. That scares me. Yo, hey Sean. Welcome on in. Caught us in the middle of a tournament. Flame serve turn 1. We have no idea what our opponent is on yet. I think we just hold the Serb, but we just hope we don't brick next turn. Right, let's see what he's got. Oh, we're being spectated, which means this could be on stream. Boobies 2. It's Noodles! No! That's my deck! You're not allowed to use my deck. By the way, among the 3 cards leaked from Konami themselves, how is the new Machine Boss? It's very, very strong. Although, as far as I know, it doesn't have a skill yet, so we'll have to see what actually happens with that. I got everything else but 1 Crow. That's a shame. Right, we have been burned for 1,000, but we're kind of chilling. This doesn't do anything for us. There's no point in hoarding it. I think we set. We just tribute this outright. There's nothing else to worry about right now. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon this. We don't need the body depending on what we get. I think we're going to do it like this anyway. So we'll boost this up. We'll grab back Flavor. Old Flavor Flav. We'll summon out Flavor. We'll go ahead and use extra spice. Okay, that doesn't change much. The question is, do we use the Serb here? I'd really like to have my other trap card online, but it's just not. Right, we're going to summon. Are we summoning Canaan? I think we are summoning Canaan, right? No. No, we're not going to get greedy. We're going to set Canaan. I would like to get the free damage in, but I'm not expecting this to clear. And I don't want to have a monster stuck in attack mode if this doesn't clear. Okay. So he made the right call. The issue is, he still has this guy, which can burn us for 1,000. He's going to get a boost. He's going to get an attack over this, and he's going to get a direct attack. And unfortunately, our trap card is not live, so we are in a very precarious position. If he doesn't summon another boss... No, now it's looking very scary. Very, very scary. This is just lethal, isn't it? Is there anything we can do? Nah, this is just game. We need him to be bricking right now. We need him to, like, not draw another fire monster and almost just not have another normal summon. Okay. Well, that was our win con. This is where things get a little bit dicey, though, because I now need to bring that back. I need to clear both, but, like, how do I do that? 2200 is a very important number that we're on as well. We kill one. We can crash into the other. Is that the play? That might be the play. I don't like it. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Burn with the last. Have to discard for that. Alright. No, it doesn't matter. Kind of does. Alright. We're going to go Reincarnation. We're going to discard a Titans. We're going to grab back Extra Spice. We are going to set. We're going to tribute 1. We're going to tribute 2. We're going to summon this. Now, if I do that to burn with that, I get a draw, and then we have to see what we get. Which is fine. So we'll do that first. Well, I'll take this. Extra Spice, burn for 1,000. Okay, so we still want to boost this up so that we can clear, which means we don't need the extra body, so we just get rid of this. Getting in for the extra little bit of damage doesn't matter either, so we're going to set. Tribute over this. Leaving this an attack means it's a much higher chance that we lose. So now we're going to reboot this. Go to battle, swing into this. And we're going to crash here. Because we just cannot leave him with a big guy. Alright, let's see what he's got. Set 2. Tribute 2. This one's a third extra spice. Okay. New block reboot. Boost it up. Grabs the card back. Summons it out. Sacks it off. Gets an extra 1,000 damage in. Puts us on 12. That's fine. He's using Roastery here. So we go Majesty, put this back. Alright, so what we get here. We don't have a way to, like, really pop off, is our current concern. We needed a boss monster. We don't have one. One, two, three, four, five, six. With 6 in Grave, we can't get any more. We could boost by 12, which is just nowhere near lethal. We have to clear this no matter what. We haven't seen his legend spell, and no matter what his legend spell is, because we don't have any trap cards, we're in like a really awkward position. We've only got one boss in Grave, so I don't even really want to use this. We'll boost this up. I think we are just going to set this. We'll go to battle and we'll just swing. Now, the downside is, if he does just find a spice, we're cooked. But we haven't found our boss monsters. There's a chance he doesn't find his. But if he does just have a spice, we do just lose. There's nothing we can do about that. Yeah, that's a spice. We did what we could. Unfortunately, there was just nothing we could do here. If we had drawn a boss monster, we could have potentially gone for a push. But if that was the slime, which it probably is the slime, we wouldn't have been able to win there anyway. We did get a little bit unlucky here. I think we still played this correctly. The other thing is, we never saw our widespread, which sucks. Like, if we had found our... Because he found his widespread. If we had found our widespread, maybe we could have put ourselves in a better position. We did brick a lot there as well. We did have to use Monster Reincarnation just to clear his monsters because we weren't drawing enough boss monsters. I'm happy with the way we played. I'm very happy with the way we played. It was just RNG wasn't on our side there. Right. We just need... Ideally, we want to go first. We're going second again. Right, that's not good. That's not good. We keep losing to RNG right now. Which is... And unfortunately, we do not want this in our hand early as well. We want our trap cards early. That's what we want. We want our spell cards late. Right, Serb here is actually kind of annoying. This is another brookie hand. This ain't looking good. I think we've played fine. I'm happy with the way we've played. The deck's just not giving us the cards in the order we need them, and it is giving our opponents what they need. I mean, there's a chance he hasn't got a boss monster, right? There is a chance. Nah. Getting everything he needs. Is he going to summon another boss monster and get in for like a massive ton of damage because we haven't got any traps to protect us? Oh, no, he's not. Okay. That's kind of fine then. We're kind of okay with that. Alright. Finally, we got a trap card worth a damn. So play that down. I want to clear this. So I think we do just clear this. Do we even bother clearing that? I don't have to. I could just sit here. But I have to get rid of his back row at some point. Right, we'll set. I think we do have to get rid of his back row, right? I don't think we can just have him sit behind his traps for the rest of the game. We will... activate Reboot. Boost this up. Don't need a card to our hand. We'll activate the effect. Okay, that's a fine nil. Right. If we can get in for 1,000. Okay, that's nice. Getting in for 1,000 is really nice, especially since we actually have trap cards now. Let's see what he's got. Alright, we have our favourite tune on. Surely we're not going to lose with this banger on. Do we stop this, is the next question. He's got so much back row that I think we don't. I think we just take this hit. Because, like, even if I protect the monster, I have to try and clear all 3 of his to get any damage in, which is not good. That's not good either. I really want to force something out of him, but I just don't have the means to do so. I could use Reincarnation, but again, I don't really want to do that. I want to use that. Oh, I could actually. Actually, Reincarnation, I could use to bring back extra spice. That's not a bad shout. Alright, let's do this, because I want to get Reincarnation out of our hand anyway, and this does further all of our game plans. So we get this out. We bring back extra spice. Do we distribute these two? No, there's no reason. We'll set this. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon out the extra spice. Then, we can activate Noodle Art Reboot, target extra spice, bring back a Flavor Inspector, summon the Inspector, activate the effect of extra spice, burn for 1,000, draw a card. That's not a bad draw. We'll then set, go to battle phase, and then we will try and swing in for the 800 damage. And then we just pass. Right, we got our back row set up. We got all of our nice trap cards. The only problem is our opponent isn't using any of theirs. So chances are they have a slime down, and we've got to try and kill them through slime, which is Noodle's worst nightmare. Obviously, we don't have slime because we haven't spent into it. That's interesting that we're bothering going for spice. That might be just because we want to get our back row freed up. Tributes 2, summons out spice. So we know that he is on the trap card as well. And he's just milled an extra spice. It just takes 12. Right, we'll set. Tribute for this. Activate Reboot. Boost this up. 1, 2. We don't have any more. I think we are going to use TSA here. It's awkward, but I think it's for the best. So I want to get this out of my hand, and I want the boss monsters back in the deck. This will force a back row out, which is what we wanted. We just wanted a back row used. I think, arguably, I should have protected extra spice. The logic was that I don't want to have to hard commit, but extra spice was my way to not hard commit. So I think the better play would have been to just keep extra spice around. But we're fine at the moment. Right, with this, I think we're going to use Call of the Earthbound. I'm going to redirect the attack down to here. Just protect our life points a little bit. Right, we're going to set. We're going to set. We're going to activate our skill. We're going to boost this up. We're going to go to battle. We're going to attack into this. Then we're going to pass. Okay, so he's going on the defensive. Right now, we are in control of the game. The issue is, he still has multiple Burn Boys left. But I think we still just wait until he gets out his Burn Boys. Now, we could start attacking, which is probably still correct. Yeah, we'll go battle phase. We will keep attacking. I think that's going to be our play. We only attack with one monster because we don't want to have multiple targets for him to attack to get our life points. Right now, we're winning the deck out game. He's got 2 extra spice left in his deck. When he summons out an extra spice to start burning us, that's when we'll get a chance to get in for some damage, and when we can clear his monsters. Realistically, he's only going to get 2 extra spice effects off, and if he does use them, he's going to start decking out a bit more. We still have plenty of trap cards to protect us. Gonna go for the TSA. Okay, so he's gonna go back on the try not to deck out game. See, this is Rush Duel. This is how it's supposed to be. Slow, control. Every move being so extremely pivotal. This is a Rush game. Down to 900. Noodle Art reboot. Gonna get the 1000 burn in. We're setting. Okay. Are we widespreading this, or are we just going to protect? He has slime, so we can't commit to, like, a big push. Which makes me think I should just Majesty. What has he used already? He's used that. He hasn't used his own widespread yet. And because of that, we are going to use our own widespread here. So I need to guarantee this thing dies. Even if it means I can't get more damage in, that's fine. So we're down to 7. He's going to go down to 7 next turn. But he needs to summon monsters to stop us from attacking him. We don't even need to drop another monster if we don't want to. If we summon out multiple monsters, we have to kind of have a backup plan to deal with multiple attacks. We know he's got at least 1 spice left. He's only used 1 roastery. There's a good chance he has another. He has used all 3 copies of spice. But if he summons out and tributes, he's going to be on less cards than us. So we don't have to worry about that too much. So I think we are just going to go battle and swing. And we have to do this because we know he has slime. If he had slime... If he didn't have slime, then we'd feel confident to just go all in and rush him down. But if we leave multiple monsters in attack mode, we can't... We have the potential to lose a lot more life points. This is now where things are getting dicey, because... He's now basically saying, no, you've got to come at me. We can only stop 1 attack is the issue. I think we just have to go for it. Because we need to put pressure on. This is so bad that we're being, like, forced into this. We're not even going to use the mill. There's no reason to use the mill. Set this. We're going to activate this. We're going to go straight to battle. We're going to swing. We're going to swing directly. There's the slime. Okay, that's good. We wanted the slime gone. Then we pass. Alright, now it just comes down to... Does he have what he needs? Okay. That was a really good game. He would have needed such a specific hand, and it depends on the cards he's running as to whether or not he can actually win that or not. I'm so used to people clearing the board constantly. I mean, that's what you do in some matchups. Against decks that can't easily get piercing damage in or can't multi-attack, you have to play kind of like a more slow control game. Which I personally love. Alright, come on, come on. Let's go. We got this, we got this. And we're going first. Give me a good hand. That's a really bad hand. Okay. We can make this work. So we'll set. Set. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon the boy. Activate the effect. Target this. Put this back in our hand. I think we are going to get greedy. Because if I can get a trap card, that'd be so big. The only way we get punished is if we draw one of the 4 tribute monsters left in our deck. The odds there were so high in our favor. They were so in our favor. Any monster or any spell trap, apart from the 4 in deck, was so good. That was a 4 in 25 chance. That is so bad. We might just lose entirely off that. Which again, now right, you could make the argument that we shouldn't do that, but in this matchup, we have to burn each other, right? That is our primary win condition, is getting the extra spice effect off. And again, finding any trap gives us security. Finding any normal summon is fine because it's just a blocker, right? Right, we're not going to get hard punished, but we are effectively only drawing 1 less card, which is really bad. So we now really need to see some normal summon monsters. Another tribute monster. Bro, what is happening right now? I can't even realistically use you to put cards back. Right, we have to do this. We don't get a say in this. Noodle Art Reboot. Boost this up. Add a card to our hand. Bring back the Flavor Inspector. We set... Tribute this to summon. 1, 2, 3. I mean, we do this either way because we want to be able to make sure we can clear. Right. No back row used, then we get another 1,000 in. We take that. Right, we're still in a very precarious position. He still has 2 back row, which means he could easily have any of his really good spell cards. He could have Reincarnation, he could have TSA, which would be live. He could have... Like, there's just so much he could have to, like, blow this board apart. Right, he has the extra spice. He's going to use the extra spice burn effect. Draw a card. Then he's going to use the skill to boost spice and bring back a card from grave. The only reason you wouldn't do that, or you wouldn't bring a card back to hand, would be if you have 2 normal summons and you don't want to, you know, you don't want to hold them in your hand. Ooh. Okay, well, this back row doesn't do anything. Alright, so now the question is gonna be, how aggressive do we want to get? I would like to clear this, ideally. So I'm thinking we're going to summon out 2 monsters. Does he have... He doesn't have one of his traps on. Which means he should only be able to stop 1 attack maximum, based on what we've seen in his deck. So we're going to set. We're going to tribute 1. We're going to tribute 2. We're going to summon out this boy. Then, I think we're just going to activate Spice's effect now. That is a really bad mill, but it could be worse. We're going to set Call of the Earthbound. I'm not going to bother using Roastery. And we are going to use Noodle Art Reboot, and we are going to use it to boost up Serb. And the reason we're boosting Serb is to play around Widespread, and we know that our opponent's Legend isn't going to punish us for having a 0 defense monster on the field. Okay, that's fine. And then this should kill. Let me pass. Okay. So if he does a big push, we can force the biggest, hopefully, into Fire, depending on his attack order. Does use the Reincarnation, so he is going to take back the extra spice, which is correct. He's playing this very well, annoyingly. Set. Tribute both for extra spice. Use the skill. Now we're going to summon, fire it off, then use the skill. Boost up to 3,000. So if he doesn't have another boss monster, or if he doesn't have... Go on, just go to battle. Just go to battle. Okay. Right. We're going to Call of the Earthbound this over to our defense monster. Alright, this is where stuff gets dicey, because he now has this engrave, which means I can't guarantee kill this with one monster. Which means we basically are forced to get out extra spice. So 1, 2... Discard that, summon extra spice. That feels really bad. I think we have to discard this then. So we'll activate Reincarnation. We discard Roastery. We take back extra spice. We set. We set. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Normal. Activate the effect of extra spice. Send this to grave. Noodle Art reboot. We boost the new one that we've just summoned. Because this lets us get back card to our hand. There's no reason for it not to be Fyaru. So now, if I boost up and I attack with 3 guys, he needs exactly Slime to not die. So I think we probably do that. Right, so we're going to set this. We're going to go ahead and activate Spice. Then we're going to activate Noodle Art of Roastery. Then we're going to activate Talismanic Sealer. So he needs exactly Slime or he's dead. Yes! Oh! Woo! All right. Oh! All right. All right. We got there. We got there. Oh! All right. Let's go and check out where everyone is again. Seeing you play Rush feels like a different level sometimes. Great stuff. It's only specifically... it's like specific matchups. It's not like... I'm not going to sit here and say every single Rush game is like this. Oh, Giorfio's doing alright as well. Alright. Alright, so... Right, we'll sign up to our opponent. Right, we'll do that. Just need to make sure I get the pleasantries out of the way. Alright. So now we will get rid of this so you can actually see the game. Alright. Alright. So we're against another archive skill. Games like that come from players understanding and respecting what each other's decks can do. It also does help when you're playing against very specific decks. Things like knowing your opponent doesn't have a way to like bash through triple set, like completely changes the way the game works. It's Noodles again! It's Noodles again! It's catching on. Noodle Bros. The Japanese have latched onto the noodles. He is going very ham. I mean, we have no bosses, so we can't do anything in response here. So we're just gonna keep playing defensively. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a two-player game, people. You and your opponent are 50% of the equation. That's the thing. So far, we haven't had any bad matchups. Oh, there's an extra spice to the grave. Tributes 2. Summons another extra spice. This is where things are going to get dicey, because if we don't see a boss monster soon, we're going to just get burned out by extra spice. Which is really bad. We're going to toggle off just in case he hits the other monster. Which he didn't anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right, we need a boss monster right now. Okay, that's a boss monster. There isn't like a clean way to do this, is my only issue. If I summon out a second monster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd have to use my back row. Is it worth it? I mean, arguably, especially since we have our trap online. Question is, are we using this? Probably not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That go down to 6 is the issue. How do I get another one in grave? I don't. I'd have to use that. Okay, I think we are just going to do that then. So we're going to set. We're going to set. We're going to tribute 1, tribute 2, summon out the big boy. We're going to go ahead and activate our skill. Target this. Add a card back. I would very much like a Flavor Inspector, please. Summon out Fyaru. Summon out Flavor Inspector. Activate Spice. Then we're going to activate Noodle of Roastery. Then we're going to go to battle. We'll swing in here. Then we're going to swing in here. Then we're going to swing in here. And we're going to pass. So we wanted at least 2 attacks, because we wanted to guarantee extra spice died, even if his trap card stopped us. And ideally, we wanted a 3rd attack, so that we could also stop the regular spice, because otherwise he gets to keep putting pressure on us. Now he has to rely on drawing into something to keep applying pressure. And we do have our trap card to protect us. So like, we're feeling pretty good right now. He uses the Performer. I'm not a big fan of this build. I have to admit. Now the question is going to be, are we going... We're probably going to stop an attack here. We're probably going to stop this attack. Being able to maintain this on board is going to be really big, especially if he... Ah, that back row is so scary, though. Right, he's going to use Roastery. I mean, we stop this, but it's not looking great. Right, he's on 2,000 life. He has 1 new back row. We have no boss monsters. many bosses have we gone through already? 1, 2. So we still have 4 in the deck. We still have a monster reincarnation as well, so that's 5. The problem is this was the turn to kill him. This was the crackback turn. But without a boss monster, that is just not happening. So we're just going to have to pass. So now it's going to come down to, does he have Spice? He needs an extra Spice plus a reincarnation. Or he needs a Pierce, or he needs a Stop Defense, or he needs a Tribute to the Doomed. They're the only cards that kill us now. We still have our Call of the Earthbound, which is pretty good, but it only really helps. It doesn't really help at all in this situation is the issue. Okay, that's fine. We don't care about that. Straight to battle. You're just going to start swinging. Right, we'll just toggle off. There's no reason to give a shit about that. Make sure to toggle back on. Oh, double flame Serb. Does that do anything? No, doesn't. It almost... Playing a Serb here almost guarantees that I die. Alright, how do we want to play this? I could just set 2. Leave both Serbs in hand. Or I could summon and play around the deck out game. Do we play around the deck out game? Maybe we do. Although maintaining that's also really good, but I don't really want to leave both of these in hand. Then again, I kind of want to just draw into more boss monsters. Alright, we're going to do this. We're going to set. We're going to set. We're going to tribute set over... I don't know. I think it matters too much. Tribute set over this. Then we're going to pass. Alright, if I fix the music. No, I don't want this music. Heck no, we do not want this music. Bit of Crash Bandicoot. Like that. Eight cards left in deck. He's going to have to leave face-up monsters. He doesn't have to, I suppose. This is where stuff gets dicey, because if he tribute sets over these, we could be in a really bad spot. But I think we are just going to do this, and then pass. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. What back row have we seen from him as well? Still hasn't used Widespread. No signs of him having... Is that Shui raiding us? Welcome, welcome on in, Shui Raiders. You've caught us playing in a tournament. Playing in a tournament match right now against some Japanese players. Oh, so we caught some of Shui's stream earlier. Like, we're having a great time. Ooh. Do we just go for it with that? We still have one left in deck. Chances are he stops that. I think we don't, right? I think we just keep playing it safe. I could tribute 2, get this out, do that, do the whole shebang. What's left in my deck, though? We still have a new lot of Roastery. We still have... We have so much left in this deck. Burn for 1,000, go for 2 pushes in. Is probably enough to kill. Alright, we're going to do it. We're going to go for it. Right, going to tribute 1, tribute 2. Summon the boy. I'm going to go ahead and activate Noodle Art Reboot. I'm going to target this. We'll grab this back. We're going to summon. I'm going to activate Extra Spice. Fire this off for a burn. Then we're going to summon out Carrier. Activate its effect. Grab back Kanan. Summon the Kanan. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Gonna activate Spice. Then we're going to activate Talismanic Seal Array. Definitely want that back. Don't really want any more high levels back in the deck, so we'll put you back. Target this. Has the widespread. And there's lethal. Okay. Alright, so we don't think this guy is on Buffeted Slime. And the reason we don't think our opponent is on Buffeted Slime is because he has the Vorse Raider. Was that game 1? That was game 1. Okay. Because he has Vorse Raider. And I think if you were buying all the bundles, you would have, instead of Vorse Raider, Archfiend Soldier. So that is why I think he just doesn't have Buffeted Slime. Alright, let's see what he's got. Summons out Extra Spice. Reboot. Gets it back. See, this is scary. This is an actual scary turn 1. Because we have no way to deal with this. If this thing lasts, like, on 2 or 3 turns, that could just be the end of the game immediately. Once again, we have 6 boss monsters in the deck. So if we draw any of those monsters, we are fine. But we need to see one. That is not any of those cards. Again, it's sticking around for 1 extra turn. Is okay, but any more than this, and we are in very, very much a bad situation. Alright, no sad music. No sad music right now. Playlist. Right, burn for another 1,000. Obviously not ideal. Back row, not ideal, because now we need to have 2 attacks to realistically guarantee the kill. Well, we wanted 2 attacks. There's 2 attacks. I mean, I guess we just go for it, right? Like, what else can we do here? Right, we'll set. We'll Tribute 1, Tribute 2. We'll set. We have to summon both of these because we have to guarantee this thing dies. Boost this up. Add a card back to hand. I would like my Flavor Inspector back, please. Summon it out in attack mode, which again is very greedy, but when we're this far behind, I want to try and push for lethal if we can. Thank you, Epic Music. You have carried us to victory. Oh. Alright, well, we managed it. Alright. Where is our current opponent? Is it this guy? The music literally makes... That's what... You can't listen to sad music when you're playing in a high-stakes game. You cannot do it. Alright, let's see what our opponent said to us. Thank you for the battle. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so let's... Oh, we're playing against Giorfio. Of all the people. Of all the people. Alright. Go grab our game against Giorfio. Alright, so whilst we try and set this up. Will it be 3 noodles? Alright, Giorfio is a noodle player, so I'm expecting noodles. If he's not on noodles, I would be shocked. So I'm fully expecting this to be a noodle mirror again. Just make the run. Alright, the question is, do we get try hard and hide our hand just in case? Alright, we will take Manicus' advice and we will hide things. Just to be safe. Behold. The shields. I really don't think Giorfio would cheat. I really don't think he would. But we're in like the semi-finals, so we're going to take this seriously. Tomato shield, that's right, it's me. I protect the hand. You can't have that. You can't see it. Yeah, I feel pretty good about the mirror, to be honest. The mirror is a matchup I have won quite a lot in the past. The only time like I've consistently lost the mirror in a tournament was when I lost to... Oh god, who was it? It's whoever knocked me out of the latest Quantum Rush. And that was because like they had like the God Hand and I just couldn't deal with it. Alright, let's see what they got. Looks like a defensive start. That's not ideal. Tribute save of this. Then we will enter. No Duel Links logo. These tomato sauce sleeves are duff. Hey, you know, they're nice little sleeves. Oh, that's a really good card to see early. Boost up to 3k. Takes back the Flavor Inspector. He's already got Babysitter Goat and Grave, which is really big as well. Activates the extra spice, sends it to Grave, gets the burn. If we had a third monster, I would feel pretty good right now. But only having 2 monsters really hurts. Now, it comes down to how aggressive Giorfio wants to get here. Who we're playing in a tournament? Yeah, this is a tournament match. We're in the semi-finals. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this then. Not having that third... That means this is probably a goat. I think he would have risked it. If he had anything but goat. 3 back row though. How do we beat 3 back row? I have no way... I kind of do. It'd have to be set. Discard that? Oh, that feels bad. I mean, either way we have to do some sort of play. So we always start with... Set. Set. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. This always happens. I guess we do have to probably just lose this. So I think we do just activate this. So either way, we need the +1. So we boost this up. We take back the flavor inspector. How many have we got in graveyard at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just not enough. I think I have to use reincarnation just to guarantee clear this. But then if he has... There's an argument that he has just like 2 ways to stop it. In which case it wouldn't do anything anyway. Leaving it up for another turn feels really bad, but I don't think I have much of a choice. I think we do just activate Spice here. I think not having enough defensive options is what's going to make me lose the game. I think there is a high chance that he has a widespread and... Hello? Okay, so he's just... Is it all gas? Is it all proactive spells? We can see what's happening bottom right of the screen. Ah, yeah. Okay. In which case, I should... Copy that. Paste that. Not that one. That one. Down there you go. Aha. There you go. Now you can see nothing. Alright, he uses Roastery. Get a big boost. As is, that's 21. Listen, guys, I don't think everyone is a cheater, okay? Manakist will just scold me if I don't. I could start covering more of the screen. I could just start like covering like random parts of the field. But just like little circles everywhere. Jorfio, heal! Let's stop that one. I like to not die this turn. Those are very good draws. That is a very, very, very good draw. Okay. How do we want to play this? Definitely set both of these. We can summon Tribute 2, get that back, use that, or we just use that. Either way, I don't think we're going to bother with that. So I think we are going to set this. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon out the boy. Going to go ahead and activate the skill. Target this. Grab back one of these, it doesn't really. Then we're going to summon it out. Activate the effect. Okay, that's fine. Do we do anything else here? We have so much protection, I don't think we have to care too much. Can't we just let him have his monster? So I'll set this. We'll go straight to battle, and we'll just swing over this. And we'll just pass. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we get punished. I think he'd need to be on like a tech card to like really punish us here. That's fine. Go for the reboot. Wait, I need to look at the board quick. Right, that is the bigger one. Alright, we have not seen any of Giorfio's traps. How do we want to play this then? Summon? We always activate extra spice. Burn for 1,000, or we do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies. 5 bodies. What do we want to end on? Probably tribute over this either way. Right, we normal summon Carrier. We activate Carrier. We bring back Kanan. We'll tribute over 1, 2. Summon this. Then, question is, am I tributing over this or not? I don't think I need the extra burn of 1,000. I think I'd rather go for the big boost. So, if I activate this, discard this. That's probably the best bet. So we activate Reincarnation. Discard, and we'll grab back another spice. Summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon. Activate Reboot. Target this. Add a card to hand. Grab back Fayaru. Summon. Tribute. Activate the effect. Activate the effect. Activate the effect. Alright, game 1. The set is probably Majesty or Widespread. Yeah, we specifically played around it being anything, right? If that back row had to be Slime for us to lose. Slime was the only card that saved him. Alright. Let's go, game 2. I mean, that's a hand. It's not a bad hand. It's not a particularly good hand. It's just a hand. Giorfio also plays Vorse Raider, so he probably isn't on Slime. Because he's based. These people on Slime, man. Like, I respect the decision to throw the gems away, but at the same time, I can't bring myself to do it. I mean, there's not really much of a turn here. It's set 3 pass. Don't we all play Vorse Raider? I mean, you know, Vorse Raider is a card. Alright. Oh, this is exciting. I'm enjoying this. I always enjoy my games against Giorfio as well. They're always really exciting games. Okay, just gonna hit a back row. Then he's gonna pass. That's fine. The question is, do we go aggressive? I don't think we have to. I'm kind of okay to just keep this going for a bit, to be honest. I could get in for like a little bit of damage, but I don't even know if it's worth it. I think we just pass. Now I think I have 3 of everything. I do not. I do not have it. I do not have 3 copies of Dokabor. I do also not have 3 copies of the other one from the same like little pack as Gokabor. Alright, we're drawing a lot of spell traps. That's not ideal. I think we are going to summon out Serb then. Just because I want to get this hand a little bit more empty, considering we're starting to have a lot of spell traps in the old hand. $800 damage isn't a ton, but it's not bad either. I played Vorse because I forgot Archfiend Soldier existed at the time. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. There's no point in doing anything to this. We'll just let this go. Ah, my 600 life. Those are cards. They're not necessarily really strong cards, though. Alright, we're going to set. We're going to tribute 1. Oh, actually, do I just tribute these 2? That's way better. Right, let's just make sure we're doing this correctly. We're going to normal summon this by tributing this and this to summon this out. Then we are going to activate the effect, boost this up, and I would like to take a card back to my hand, please. I would like to take back my stock. I'm then going to set stock. We'll fire off Spice's effect, which is a fine mill. It's not the best mill, it's not the worst mill. Then we're just going to go straight to battle, and we're going to see if we can't clear this. Now, this might force a back row, which would also be fine. $1,200 damage is good. Then we'll see what he does. $200 more defense. The thing is that 200 defense comes up. That's the problem. Ooh, that's not how you want to use that in this matchup. I'm assuming he did that to empty the hand a little bit so he can start drawing into the cards he actually wants to see. I mean, I think we just go back to defending, right? Let me just pass. The 200 defense, again, is pretty good, right? Because there are a lot of 1500 attackers that are very relevant, as well as you do need 1500 defense to use the Servant of Dawn. Stall fight! I mean, we just wait until we draw into our burn cards. That's all we do right now. Unfortunately, if this goes on too much longer without us finding our extra spices, we might be put into a weird position where we're going to have to... Because if we draw extra spice like now, we'll be in such a good position. If we don't draw it, if it's like the bottom 2 cards of our deck, then we are in very much a bad position. We just need to find extra spice. That's all we need. No, my hand is starting to creep. Eh. No, not that one. Ah, come on. Where are my boys? I need to find them. Move this over here a little bit. We don't mind them seeing the rest of that crap. I would really like to see them. I have cards in the deck I would really like to be drawing, and we're not drawing them. If this goes on too much longer, I'm not going to be able to do anything. Right, there he is, finally. This might already be too late. We're going to have to see. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, Summon. Summon. Activate the effect. Even if we start attacking into his monsters, what changes? Like nothing, right? We'd have to get 3 more draws off, which we can do. Well, I guess I just set a monster. And then we just pass, right? There's no reason to do anything else. We have what we need. We're only drawing 1 card each turn. Draw, 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 draw. Oh, I don't think... It's going to come down to where the last one is in our deck, I think. Right, let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. Okay, that's fine. Gonna use the effect. Go for the 1000 burn. Okay. Roastery. 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 Widespread. Majesty. Draw. Flip this up. Activate extra spice. Set. Tribute. Tribute. Normal summon. Activate extra spice. Set. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate monster reincarnation. Activate the skill. And burn again. Who needs to attack? Who needs to attack? We don't need to attack. And that is our clean 2-0. Double check that was a 2-0. Yeah, it was. Okay. Oh! Alright. Who is our final opponent going to be then? Let's whip this up. So it's not going to be Profear, which means I think we can get rid of all of our shields. Don't need that. I think we finished first. Just chatting. Post-game chat. Alright. So he should be appearing here in a sec. Ad break ended? Well, don't let Dwan win. What do you mean? Dwan deserves to win. Dwan deserves it more than me. All we've done is just slap noodles around today. What did we play today? Our game 1 was against Rebels. It was Rebels, Noodle, Noodle, Noodle. Is that right? Rebels, Noodle, Noodle, Noodle. What is the grand final going to be? And what is 2 finals in a row? Tomato was in the finals last week. Yes, we lost to Twitch Pro Fear in the finals. Alright. Alright, so we're just waiting for this game to happen. That's what we're now just staying in limbo until that game happens. I don't know if it will update automatically. My Jawaz hasn't gone through yet. I suppose we're waiting for... Yeah, we're waiting for Joffrey to approve it, and then we're good to go. Well, then we'll be up here. I hope the last duel is Dinos. I don't. Dinos is a bit of a weird matchup. I don't dislike the Noodle matchup into Dinos. It's not inherently bad. The problem is Dragius. If it has Dragius in the deck, Dinos... In fact, anything with Dragius in it, I guess, really doesn't go well with Noodles. Because, as you've seen, a lot of the time we'll just be set 3ing against our opponent. And we're able to stall them out and win, like, the slow grind control game. But we can't do that against a super aggressive multi-attack deck. Like, we just... It's our, like, worst matchup, is anything with Dragius, basically. Yeah, this website updates automatically? Okay. So we shouldn't have to refresh then. Probably get my comments ready. Yeah, if I just go here. So when Tomato is doing rush tourneys, Grand not have to do them. That's awesome. And this isn't my tournament. Like, we are competing in this tournament. There we are, in the finals. Yes, Dragius, the ultimate dinosaur. I mean, in a lot of ways, aren't dragons just like dinosaurs with wings? You know, that also breathe fire, and also there are dinosaurs that have wings, like pterodactyls and pterodons, but if you ignore all of those things, they're basically dinosaurs with wings. You keep your Dragius out of my dinos! I think Dinos has a similar problem. If you play without Dragius, it has a similar problem to what Royal Rebels and Noodles have, which is set 3 pass. Like, Dinos are still just going to struggle to clear set 3 pass and get to your opponent's life points. Dragius solves that problem, but Dragius solves that problem for every deck that can use it, so... I do like the Servant of Dino version, though. Yeah, I think... Because I think it was Sora who was playing the double Dragius, double Super King Rex build, and when I played it myself, I was testing it a little bit, I found it to be very, very bricky. But Sora just wasn't bricking on it. So I think the strategy is just play the brickier version and get lucky forehead, and then you'll be fine. But doesn't that just sound like Rush Duels all summed up? I've thought, to be honest, that we took a long time with those games. A lot of those games were stall fests, and we also take a very long time with our turns, right? Molding, join us, Tomato, play SOD. I don't dislike SOD. I think my only issue with Servant of Dawn is, again, if you're playing the Dragius version, it has everything you need it to have, but it bricks more. If you play the pure Dino version of Dragius, it feels very consistent. You very competently make very good boards a lot, but you can't beat set 3 pass. That's my opinion on the deck. Which, again, not beating set 3 pass, a lot of the best decks in the game right now can't beat set 3 pass. So, does that necessarily matter? Now, the reason it's a bit awkward is because the Royal Rebels can effectively say, the second you try to go aggressive, I'm going to wipe your board and burn you for a crap ton. So that's how they try and, like, counter that. And the Noodles just sit there and go, well, I'm going to just try and burn you as hard as I can over and over and over. And you have to answer this, right? So I think SOD doesn't have the same tools to either break your opponent's entire board very, very, very easily and very, very quickly just with a Doom Metal. And they don't have the burn potential that Noodles have. But I think if you forego the fact that sometimes, you know, you won't just... A lot of the time you just won't be in stall matchups, right? And if you're not in a stall matchup, I think that out of all three of those decks, Servant of Dawn is the most well-rounded. I think it feels the most consistent overall. I think it has very high defense points. You're able to summon out 3 high-level monsters relatively easily. I think it's able to crack most boards, just it cracks them via attacking. So if they're all in defense mode, you don't get that like big damage in, right? But like, by no means do I think Servant of Dawn is a bad deck. I think it is a tier 1, if not tier 1, very, very, very top of tier 2, just missing tier 1. Like, that's what I think of Servant of Dawn. And again, I love dinos. I'm the dino guy. But, you know, noodles are really fun. I really like noodles. And I swear, right, noodles are going to make it onto my tier list if I have to drag them kicking and screaming. Okay, that is just what's happening. Yeah, pretty much. I like playing only 6 or 7 tributes to brick less, so Dragius is their alternative. Yeah, so basically, there's 2 kind of builds of the deck. One is just pure aggro, where you just... Well, I guess there's 3. There's like the hybrid, like what Sora was playing. But so there's the pure dino, where you just play, you know, your dinos. You're happy with that. You got like your 6 bosses. You're fine. Then there's pure aggro, which is you're playing like 2 or 3 Dragius, depending, and then you're playing as your kind of 5 monsters. You'll be playing like Cerberus, Archfiend Soldier, and then like insert other one here, and then you know you just kind of do it that way round, right? Or there's like the straight up hybrid build where you go like 2 Dragius, 2 Super King Rex, and then like 2 Mega Zowler, and then like I don't know, something else. I think you have to do 3 Mega Zowler because it's 3 Mega Zowler plus the 3 Mega Zowler, 1 Cerberus, and 1 copy of Archfiend Soldier. I cogged last month with them. They're so fun with noodles. Yeah, noodles are great. I love the noodles. Like, that's the thing. Noodles feel great in some matchups, right? In the noodle mirror, I feel confident in the noodle mirror as long as I'm not getting sacked, right? If my opponent just has everything, yeah, I'm going to lose no matter what, right? If I play against Royal Rebels, I also feel very confident in that matchup. Again, if my opponent just gets the God Hand, what you're going to do they're going to probably beat me through that. But I feel pretty confident there. Against Seal of Dawn Dinos even, I feel pretty good against that. I also feel okay about the Harpy matchup. The Harpy matchup is not as good. I think the Harpies do actually have a lot of tools to like hurt you and like pick you apart on Noodles. So that's kind of a 50-50 matchup. I haven't tried Noodles yet. Maybe I could win with them next, I guess. I mean, you should. It's a fun deck. The only problem is Noodles have... Noodles can just get completely cooked by Shield and Sword and Sword and Shield. Those are things that can, not always, but can really hurt Noodles. Magnum Overlord can, again, just steal games. So that's why I've got so many trap cards in the deck, just to try and stop Magnum Overlord from killing me. Then, like, Dragius aggro decks also kind of beat up Noodles. Because, again, you want to have the option to slow the game down to a crawl. And Dragius can kill you too quickly. Now, if you draw the right hand, you can still just kill Dragius. Because what you kind of want to do is you want to stall until your opponent puts 3 monsters in attack mode. And then you start getting big damage in on their attack mode monsters. But if they have too much aggression too early, then you just kind of get clapped by that, right? Alright, don't need that anymore. Should probably actually just go into our finals game just to show that we're there. The worst matchup is Thunders, if you're not cautious. Yes, I mean, you're just reminding me of that horrific Thunder game when we just forgot to keep a card in our hand. I was using Harpies, Mat, and Sleeves to make them not set 3 at the beginning. The old mind games, the metagaming around the game is the most important part. Should we go and check out the tournament stream so we can actually see what we're going to be against? Because there is a tournament stream up, so we can just look at that if we want. It's Harpy Mirror, so we're playing against Harpies in the finals, lads. I don't really want to re-stream their stream. But yeah, there is a Harpy Mirror. I have no idea what game they're on. But Harpies is a tough one for us. It's going to be like we say, it's kind of a 50-50 matchup. Going to come down to a variety of different variables. Who is it? What? Who are the finals? It's these two. We're just Oh, the music stopped. Can I not zoom in on this? I want to zoom. These two lovely people. Oh, who is it streaming? So they're streaming over on YouTube. I can chuck their stream in chat, so people can go and have a look if they want. Just remember, if you go over there, be nice. But yeah, it's Angry Angel. Ah, yes, I'm definitely known to be mean. Brad, I've seen you bully people on ladder. Don't pretend you don't do that. Well, it looks like the game is winding down. 600 life points to 2400 life points. So self-reflected grind. That's new to me. Alright, this could be the last turn. Ooh, they're playing a zombie engine. I have no idea, by the way, if this is game 3 that they're on right now. We're just kind of chilling until then. Faced them enough to learn that. Since I wasn't on extra spice, it came down to Pierce, and it works. Yeah, Pierce is a weird one. I don't like the card Pierce, which is why I've been playing Gazelle. But Gazelle doesn't come up all the time, right? Because your opponent has to have an empty hand, so it's a bit awkward. But that's why we've cut it down to 1 Gazelle, which is another big reason we went on to Monster Reincarnation. Because I do like being able to toolbox my graveyard, and if we only have 1 Gazelle, likelihood it's going to go to the graveyard. So we can toolbox out if we need to go for the win. Right, well that game just ended. So, does that mean... I think that was the last game of that match. So I think our opponent should be appearing soon. But, yeah, sorry about this this bit of a lull, but all we can do is really wait. And even when our opponent shows up, we've then got to like start translating messages to them. Oh. Yeah, reincarnation is best because you need either bodies or high level. It depends though, right? In some matchups, like against more aggressive decks, I would rather have Tribute to the Doomed to get rid of one of their monsters in the way. Okay, so there we go. So our game should be starting soon. Yeah, if we get this back up quick. As we just load everything in. Alright, I guess we'll go ahead and make a room. And then we'll see if they send me a code before I finish making the room. Farming operation. I mean, we're just playing. Just having a good time playing Noodles. And again, we haven't run into any of the decks that trip us up. Check room. Grab the room ID. Chuck that in there. I'm gonna slap that in. Then we will get rid of this. And behold, we're back. Tomato bullying the Japanese community. Whoa there, my friend. Calm down. Do we ever get a cooperation stream, Grand Quantum and Tomato? Tomato, hello Quantum. Welcome, welcome on in. See, everyone's showing up now. Alright. My opponent has sent a message. Now I will translate it to see what he has said. Hopefully it is nothing nasty. He said, nice to meet you. Alright, let's go. Finals. Let's see what happens. If the Candy support is good, I will enter my own tourney with Psychics and stream my run until I'm out. I mean, I hope it's good. I just am not going to get my hopes up. That's a hand. It's not a bad hand. Not a great hand. But it's a hand. I asked, but Tomato said, and I quote, literally never. Why'd I appear on those small timers streams? God. I don't think streaming just a one-round tournament would be very engaging. Okay. This is scary. That's very scary, isn't it? Really. Alright, all set. All set. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon the boy. Summon. Activate extra spice. Burn for 1,000, draw a card. That doesn't do a ton here, unfortunately. We activate Noodle Art Reboot. Boost this up. Add a card back to hand. That's going to be Fayaru. We'll just set 3. Go to battle, and we'll see if we can clear this. Which we can. Pleasant surprise. Right, let's see what he's got. Bad Tomato. Us. That's not very nice. I stream the rest of the tourney normally after. Buffered Slime is Esperard support, by the way. I mean, kinda. I mean, this ain't gonna do anything. Ow. And we lose one of our other monsters. So that's fine. We've got Fire in defense, just chilling. We don't have any of our power. That's a little bit awkward. I think we're going to just swing at this defense monster. Let's see what he's got. Where are my boss monsters at? That's fine, we'll draw them. But this is one of the things that Harpies can do against us, is they basically just... yeah, they can get at our life points quite a lot. Now, we should be fine based on our back row. Oh, he is playing around the widespread as best he can. If he's smart, he boosts this. Yeah. My man knows what's up. Right. We are going to widespread that. We're going to toggle off. We'll just take this one. I would like boss monsters. I would really like some boss monsters. All we can do is go on the defense. He's going to flip one of these up. It doesn't really matter which one. They all have the same attack. There's no point in just leaving one in attack mode, because there's a chance he could have, like, Tribute to the Doomed, pop the face up, then flip another one up or something, but either way. We've seen one boss monster. We still have 5 left in the deck, so 1 in 3 cards in our deck. Goes for the Hysteric Force. Boost that up. Flips up the Fyaru. Uses HLS. Boost that up again. Then uses TSA. My man. Okay. Well, we don't let that one through. The question is, which one are we using? We probably just use Call of the Earthbound here. How about you attack this one instead, eh? How's that? I'll take the other one. A boss monster. The issue is, we are already very low on life. Which means this could get very dicey. There's not a good way to clear both monsters. Are we just going to have to, like, YOLO this? We might have to just YOLO this. So we set. Set. Tribute both to summon. We really want to clear both monsters. That is our current goal. So I'll flip this up. If he gets that out, he can go up to 31. 31 over 1,000. It's a difference in 300. And it's also 300, 600 more damage I get in. Right, we are going to summon this, I think. Let's see if it ends up mattering. Right. We'll go Spice. We'll go Roastery. Boost this up. We'll go Battle. We're going to swing with this one first. We'll swing into this. He's going to have a widespread. We're going to lose this. That's fine. It's everything else we have to worry about. Let's see. Let's it go. Okay. My guess is that here is going to be the widespread. And this should be able to clear. Now, the thing I'm worried about is this guy being in attack mode. I could have had 300 more attack blocking the board. So we'll see if that bites me or not. Tribute. Set. Okay. Oh, we are so close. We are so oh, we have lethal. We have lethal. We're fine then. Right, summon. Activate carrier. Bring this back. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. And that, my friends, is how we win the first game of the finals. Alright. Who needs to attack? Attacking is for the weak. Unfortunately, that's our 10th replay. So we will not be able to have any more games replayed. I don't even know if we're going to use any of that stuff, to be honest. I don't think I need to make another noodle video. Hey, we're just vibing, right? You gotta vibe. You gotta let the music flow through you. That's what I mean. If you have good music on, it helps you play better. That's just how it goes. Oh, that's a bad hand. Oh, yeah. Let's just pretend that last game was the final game. Oh, this is very, very bad. Okay, the hand is now somewhat playable. How greedy do we get with this? Because we could just set this. Or we burn for 1,000. If we set it, it's the most sensible. But the 1,000 burn could come up as being the difference between winning and losing. Alright, we are going to do this. Again, we only get real punished if we draw one of the last 4 tribute monsters in our deck. Anything else is fine. Yeah, so we're fine. Are we summoning this is the next question. I think we are. We're going to summon this. Okay. We expected that. We're expecting our board to get cleared up. That's fine. It's how much damage we take on top of it is the issue. This is fine. It could be better, but this is still a-okay. Down to 43 is fine. Especially considering this was a brick game. That is a really good draw. Nothing in defense, so you're not going to be doing much for me. You're kind of just chilling. How aggressive do we want to actually go here? I want to clear the whole board if I can. It's not likely, though. Because I've only got 3 normals in graveyard. Even if we do get the +2, 5 cards does not a good defense make. Well, either way, we're going to set these. We have to summon this no matter what. We'll activate New Lot Reboot. Boost them up. Add a card back to hand. We always take Fayaru. Once again, we could grab back another boss monster, but there's no real reason to. We always just set this. We have 4, possibly 5. 5 doesn't realistically clear anything meaningful. Right, we're going to fire off the Spice. And that's not a great mill, but it's not awful either. Okay. Okay. All things considered, that was not bad. We've gotten the bricks out of our hand. The life point disparity isn't too bad right now. Goes to the Hysteric Force, doesn't get to flip anything up, which is very important. Summons out the Alligator. That gives him 2 shots to get at me. So we're just going to let that go. If he only had 1 shot, we might protect it, but we're not going to. And again, stopping attack here still doesn't do anything. Okay. How do we want to play this? Three, 4 bodies. I don't think that's worth doing. We want to summon out at least 2 monsters in attack mode. Can't use the piercing effect of Gazelle. We always set this. We always set this. Tribute both to summon. Again, doing that's pointless. I think we're going to summon. Tribute over this to summon this. Activate the effect. I think we do buff up the Spice to play around Shield and Sword. I think that's the play. So I'd rather keep Flame Serb. Does have the counter visions. And we'll just clear this. Then we pass. Okay. Alright, Shield and Sword is the scariest thing you could have right now. Double set. Tribute set. Right, if we see extra Spice off the top, I think we have lethal. No, it wouldn't have been lethal anyway. It would have only been 2 activations. That's just me getting ahead of myself there. We could start the burning. What does that do for me? Not a great deal. We only have 8 cards left in deck. Using this effect is irrelevant. But do I start burning? I think we do, right? The only problem with that is it loses really, really hard to some specific cards. Right, I'm going to discard this. Bring this back. Should I beat both of these? Right, we have to not deck out. That's the other issue here. Right. We should have attacked the middle one twice because it was the tribute monster, in case he had something. Arguably, I should have set the Talismanic Seal Array, but we're also trying to play around deck out. But if I do find what I'm looking for, then it doesn't matter. Because this only sacrifices normal monsters. That is one of our issues. One, two... Okay, we serve in the deck, so that's fine. Setting now doesn't matter. We can't burn anymore. Not yet, anyway. So for now, we'll just get a battle. Attack with Kana. That is one of the worst possible things I could do. We have everything we need in the deck. The problem is the order we draw the cards in. That is the issue. We need to draw our extra spice soon. We have one left in the deck. We need to draw it in the next 2 turns. Like this turn or next turn needs to be extra spice off the top. Then we're fine. Right, that's good. But once again, doesn't actually do anything right now. Does he have access to maximum? I mean, almost certainly. I mean, if he does, there's not a lot we could do about it. We can't change this to defense mode. I think we do just swing twice, pass. Go to battle, we swing. We had to set this in case he had a big play. But it's kind of biting us a little bit here. Okay, how big a play is he going to make here? Does he have the shield and sword? The issue is, if our next card is extra spice and we don't just die, we're fine. It has to be in the next 2 cards of the deck, though. That's the issue. If it's one of the bottom 2 cards of our deck, our current strategy, we will just lose. Oh, I'm having such a weird feeling. How many tribute monsters has he got? 1, 2, 3. There's nothing we can do about that. I could just attack both of his monsters, but if I use that... Right, we're going to change this to defense. We're going to go to battle. I'm going to attack into this. Now, can anyone work out why I've done that? There we go. So he could tribute over this, and if he does, that means he won't be able to as easily assemble his maximum if he hasn't got it this turn. Right, if this is just extra spice though, there we go, we win anyway. Don't even need to, we're just going to summon. Yeah, he should have put the card back face down again. Is what he should have done. Wait, is that it? Is that the tournament? Did we just win the tournament? I've actually lost track. Was that game 2? That was game 2. We did it. Hey! Alright, let's make sure we prioritize pleasantries. Alright, that means we have now won 2 decks with Noodles. We have also come second place in a tournament with Noodles. Noodles' best deck. He sent us a message, let's see what he said. Thank you. Hey. Whoa, show us the goo list. Yeah, you can have a look at the list if you want. Hey, we're on stream as well. Our name's up in lights. Finally a tier 1 that's not cringe. It's not even a tier 1 is the issue. The deck has so many problems that a lot of decks don't have. So, this was the list that we used to win. I mean, we can go through it a little bit if you want. We got our boss monsters. Extra Spice is very integral to this. And that's because Extra Spice lets you win the stall games. And as you saw, a lot of those games in that tournament were stall games. And Extra Spice just lets you burn your opponent out very slowly, very methodically in a very slow controlled game. Seahorse just gets you your extra bodies, which is very important for like discarding and doing everything. It also works very well with Monster Reincarnation. We also have Spice, who is obviously the muscle. Who loves the muscle? We have the one of Thunder Gazelle. Again, works especially good because we have the Monster Reincarnation, so we can toolbox the graveyard. Then, using Gazelle, we just give Piercing. It does come up occasionally. It doesn't come up very often, but when it does, it is imperative that we have this card. We did come up today, actually, as well. So we won against Royal Rebels today because of Gazelle. That was the only game today it came up. Other than that, in the last tournament we entered, we won 2 games off of Gazelle as well. So Gazelle definitely does come up, and when it does, it's very, very impactful. Archfiend Soldier's just like a strong like body. There's not really much to say about it. It's quite a nice 1500 butt, which does come up. 2 Serb. These are also very important because they have 1800 defense. This helps you not just immediately lose to Shield and Sword. Kanan is just the highest attack monster. We don't care about low defense monsters as much in this list because the only thing we're really worried about is Harpies flipping us up. We can play around Thunder usually. So it's just Harpies we have to worry about. So we're playing the high attack monster. We're playing a grand total of 7 of the Pyros. That just kind of works quite well. We found that 7 feels like a nice sweet spot. And 3 Descendant Titans. Again, we're on Descendant Titans because it is the high attack monster, right? Therefore, we've gone for that. Reincarnation is fantastic into the Royal Rebel and Noodle matchup. Is not as good as Tribute to the Doomed in most other matchups. That is kind of how I look at it. I expected to play against Noodles and Royal Rebels today, so we brought Monster Reincarnation. Talismanic Seal Array is also really, really good. It can help deal with maximums. It helps weaken a monster. It lets you also recycle a lot of your effect monsters back into your deck, which is what we really want. We want our Seahorses back. We want our extra spices back. We want our spice. We want Thunder Gazelle back in the deck. Noodle Art of Roastery, again, is our blowout card. That's how we try and win games, especially in the aggro-like matchup. That's really, really good. Don't need to talk about Widespread. Majesty is in here specifically for the... I mean, it's good against everything, right? But primarily, we need outs to Overlord. Overlord can just sack you, right? They can just draw the max. The game is over. So you need to have something to deal with that. And that's why King's Majesty is here. And then Call of the Earthbound is in here for the same reason. We need a way to not let Magnum Overlord just kill us, which is why almost always we're setting at least 1 monster. We never want to have 3 monsters in attack mode unless we're almost guaranteed we're going to go for the win, or if it's like, well, we're dead anyway, so let's see if we can win. But Call of the Earthbound, very, very good, specifically for Magnum Overlord. Now, this card has come up and is pretty good into decks that aren't Magnum Overlord. It works against, you know, any deck. But if it wasn't for Magnum Overlord being a thing, we would not be playing Call of the Earthbound. It is in here specifically to deal with that. And that's the deck. That is the list. This is the Noodle Sesso. Noodle's best deck. It's won 2 tournaments and came second place in another. Oh, that was a good tournament. I enjoyed that. I have no idea if we're going to get a prize or not. I don't speak Japanese. The guy that runs the event added me last week on Discord, so he can message me if he wants to. If he doesn't give me the prize, I also don't really care. Not really in it for the prize money, but I'll take it if they're offering it. Yeah, other than that, quite chuffed with that. So now the question is, what do we want to do? Is there... Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. We will do the impossible and do something. I think we've done this maybe 1 time ever. And we're going to raid into Icy Gamer, who is such a fantastic lad. Such a really, really cool streamer. One of the best. Talk about the Leak Rush Watch. We talked about that at the beginning, Captain Joke. You've already missed that. But we will be back again on Tuesday, where we'll probably be playing more Rush. I still want to play Resonance. I still want to play that deck at some point. But yeah, if anyone wants to see any of the other topics we discussed today or just watch the tournament again, obviously you can check the VOD on Twitch. We do also have a VOD channel over on YouTube, which is just Tomato Souls of VODs. So if you want to look at that, you'll be able to see it there at some point. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Yo, Tomato with the raid. Huge shout out to Tomato. How was your stream? I saw you were doing a tournament run. Hopefully it went well. I was watching a bit while grinding the performances. Hey, you won! Congrats! Let's go. Hey, that Quantum as well? Shout out to Quantum. Oh yeah, Lucy already got it.
It's not looking good for me, but it could be worse.
What did they search? They added sublimation night.
Apple Gift or Google Play card.
We're out here. We're trying out the brand new
the
performance
fuck is it?
skill with Dennis. Just having some fun. Alright. I mean, we know Cardi has hands, right? So, yeah, it's just game. Hey, what's going on, world? Welcome to the stream. Noodle Ninja's best deck, by the way. Insane. insane. Oh, you finally used your prismatic tickets? You gave oh, Requiem. Okay. No, you're still trying that Dark Rebellion. You're still trying to get Dark Rebellion. Post it in chat. Wait, what did you post in chat? Oh, the prismatic. Oh, I'm down to check it out. Let me see. Make sure you guys go join the Discord. Discord is linked in the description on YouTube. !Discord on Twitch. Pull it. Ooh, looks nice. Looks nice. Uh-oh.
It's showtime!
This is, this is something.
The show is only getting started. If I pull off
Low-key just add damage juggler to my hand. And we set a card and pass.
I'm setting a monster. I'm setting a card. I am
Surely this is good enough.
It's your turn.
Privilege of the whales.
Of the crowd. This will
Do you have any PK cards, Prismatic Hunter? Like, normal PK cards? Alright, if we can beat the top deck of the meta, or one of the top decks of the meta. I didn't know what won Grands, by the way? Like, what were the top decks of Grands? I'm guessing PKs were doing pretty well.